just reacts, but it's not on for a few more hours. It's just the prelims right now. What's up, Miguel? How are you, man? I was just checking out the prelims while I was waiting for the chat to load up. Cool, we'll stick around. No worries. Cool, Roxy. Sounds good. Yeah, Miguel. No, I was just hanging out. Well, I have a tier list planned in the back end for when some people get here, Miguel. I tell you what, man. I have a tier list and a half planned, mate. Oh my god. I have... You know what? I'll show it to you. I'll show it to you, mate. Where is it? I'll show it to you. The 50 best MMA fighters of all time. Loaded up. Ready to go. The 50 best MMA fighters of all time tier list is loaded up in the back end. Ready to go. Just waiting for things to get going in the chat. You know what I mean? Just waiting to kick off. I can see the prelims of Masvidal Diaz on YouTube, so I was just hanging out. John Jones is the greatest of all time in the history of the sport, says Dana White. Dana White's wrong. Dana White is just plain wrong. Where's Bad Math? I don't know. I don't know where Bad Math is. Why? What's wrong with Bad Math? There is no MMA today, no fights to care about until 3:04. Might actually watch the boxing match instead. I mean, g'day, legends. I got the boxing match on right now, man. I can see the boxing match right in front of me. There's like 60 dudes on my Mount Rushmore. If you had to pick a Mount Rushmore of the 4 best MMA fighters, who would you pick? Bad Math didn't stream like usual. I mean, it's an off day. You know what I mean? Like, it's Saturday night or it's it's like 4 in the morning or something for Bad Math over in England. So yeah, man, it's pretty. You know, what do you expect? You know, like what do you expect from him? You know what I mean? Like, it's pretty harsh for old Bad Math to be getting up at 4 a.m. in the morning when there's no fights on. Diaz and Masvidal look like 2 fat old men making a check. Yeah, man, I am very not excited for it. Who's number 50? That's a good question. That is a good question and something that we might get into. Yeah, dude, I don't know. I'm not pumped for this at all, man. Like, at all. I don't know how anyone is pumped for this. Anthony Smith needs to be at number 50. This is the of all time list, Miguel. This is the of all time. I'm a fan of the UFC, not fat old men. Yeah, dude, I get. Trust me, I am 100% with you. I'm 100% with you. Like, this boxing match is just a good chance for them to make some cash in the later stages of their career, and good on them. You know what I mean? Like, let them do their thing, but I'm not interested in it at all. And it's not going to be for hours as well, man. Like, you got to remember, like, it's boxing. It's going to move so slowly. So slowly. Like, the main event might not be until, like, 1 a.m. or something. What's up, Northwest? How are you, man? Smith is one of the top 50, 100 baddest motherfuckers in the world. Crickets. Better explain to me in one... Tony H. What's up, man? Tony H. Dougie and a Tommy Boy collab coming soon. Man, I was open for it until Tommy Boy started being a right prick. I was totally open to it. How are you, Northwest, man? I hope you're doing good, dude. I hope you're doing good. Explain to me in one sentence why Mighty Mouse is better than John Jones. Mighty Mouse has continued to push himself against all up-and-comers and has never done steroids. They should have done a rematch in BKFC. Absolutely, they should have. But this is the thing, Toad. Like, it's like a sparring match. You know what I mean? It's like a weird-ass sparring match that's going on today. So, yeah. It is what it is, you know? It's a bit sad, but what do you expect? They're old men. And they are behaving like old men. Boxing sucks? I think so. I'm not that big of a fan of boxing. Who's Tommy Boy? Tommy Boy is a old, drunk, alcoholic Vicodin addict who likes to lurk around the live stream and count how many numbers I get on my live streams, and then go onto my Discord and insult me about it for like 8-hour rants about how much I suck and how if I just became friends with him, me and him could rule the internet. So everyone in my Discord has now named themselves Tommy. It's quite a meme, and he's an interesting old man. But yeah, and the funny thing is, like, I was like, yeah, Tommy, I'll do like a call-in show with you when I have the time for it. And then he got all abusive and alcoholic. So that's the legend of Tommy. He'll be in chat somewhere. Hap Chandler, what's up, brother? How you going, man? Thank you for the $1, dude. I appreciate it so much, man. Your name is on the Xbox, by the way, Hap. I know it's been a minute since you've been in my chat, but yeah, your name is on the Xbox because you gave me $1 like so long ago, man. So thank you, dude. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. All the money is going to the chat. All the money is going to the show. We're gonna like make all this prettier. I'd rather watch a all-women's fight than watch boxing. Based from Alex. How are you, Alex, man? Have a good day, man. It's good to see you around. I hope you're doing good, dude. Mighty Mouse No Roids. Mighty Mouse No Roids. The only boxer I like is Tank Davis because he flatlines guys. That is a fair point, you know. But again, I don't know enough about boxing to like really get into boxing. So yeah, man, I'm not sure. But now that we got some people here, we got like 10 people here. I have a tier list today for you guys. Is anyone actually going to buy the fight? The only reason anyone cares about it is because we've got weeks without any good fights. Literally, Toad, the only reason anyone cares about this is because there is nothing else on today. Like, it is the thing to watch today. So, I've thought, since it was hours and hours and hours away, I would come up with a good, deep, long tier list. Good, deep, long, thrusting tier list that you guys would enjoy. We have the top 50 MMA fighters of all time tier list. The top 50 MMA fighters of all time. Going to be starting with everyone from 41 to 50. Everybody from 41 to 50. Let's do this properly, huh? Let me get my studio mode going. Let's do this properly. What's up, Mo? It's good to see you, man. Magamed, what's up, man? It's good to see you. I hope you guys are going good. Let's not hide the chat. Let's hide that and transition, and then we'll get into it after I say hello to the chat for a little bit. What the hell? What's wrong? Literally join and bro says I get a big thrust. I click on the stream and the first thing I get is I have a big long thrusting tier list. Yeah, that's right. Diaz versus Masvidal is a money grab? Absolutely, mate. Brother, I better be in the top 25, brother. We'll find out, Magomed. That is the point of a good tier list, you know? You got to start at the bottom and work your way up. And we need something to do today. Chael and Anderson had a glorified sparring match? Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Where's Jamie? She's chilling. She's in bed. She's hanging out and chilling in bed, mate. It's fucking Sunday in Australia. She doesn't want to deal with any of this shit. Yeah, it's like she's having a good sleep in today. Good on her. Magomed Ankalaev, please be on the list. Well, we'll find out. It's 42 degrees Fahrenheit in Melbourne. Yeah, it's freezing. I got my little box heater here. Yeah, it's pretty bloody cold. But yeah, I got my little box heater here. We're all good. And also, I want to shout out as well to the Twitch family, because this is the first dual casted stream. So this stream is not only going out on YouTube, but is going out across Twitch as well. So we're trying to grow the channel in all directions, across all media. Yeah. What do you think about Johnny Walker at heavyweight? I think it's a horrible idea. I think Johnny Walker should move to PFL. If he's going to make a move, he should move to PFL. I don't think he's going to do good at heavyweight at all. Heavyweight is not the move for him, man. It's too much. Okay, let's get into the bloody tier list, huh? Let's do this right now. Where is me studio mode? Me studio mode is here. I'm going to do this. I'm going to make this smaller like this. No, I'm going to make this that size. I'm going to make me smaller. That is the right way to do this. Make me smaller. I'm going to make me smaller like so. Boom. There we go. Dougie doesn't need to take up the whole screen when we're doing tier lists. Dougie needs to only do that. Bang, bang, bang. Bang, bang, bang. Move me to the top. Order up the top. Move to the top. And Boom! That looks pretty good. Fucking hell, chat. I tell you what, I'm getting damn good at this shit. I'll tell you what, chat. I really know how to bloody move some stuff around on a screen on studio mode. And boom! There we go. That's nicer. Alright, what is up? You got one viewer, and now it's me too. His YouTube is streaming. Finally, bro is on Twitch. Yeah, dude, it's YouTube, so YouTube chats all the way. YouTube chats all the way. But hey, thanks for joining me on Twitch, man. What's up? Magomed Anchor Live, please be on the list. We're going to find out. It's 42. What do you think about Johnny Walker at heavyweight? Yeah, I think it's a horrible move. Walker to PFL, get into the celebrity boxing. Yeah, dude, that's what I mean. Like, it's just better for him. It's just way better for him. You know what I mean? Like, he's going to get his head kicked in at heavyweight. Yes, Mo, I see you. Daniela Angela Lee. What is happening? Do you watch Bravo 2? What's happening? Do you watch Bravo 2? I have no idea what Bravo is, Daniela. I'm not going to lie, mate. But what's happening? We're doing the top 50 best MMA fighters of all time as we wait for Nate Diaz and Jorge Masvidal to have a sparring match. And this is the inaugural and welcome to the Twitch family, as I am also streaming across Twitch as well. So that's what's up. Yeah, what is Bravo, by the way, Daniela? Walker will never be a champ. True. Yeah, I love Bravo. Yeah, I don't know what that is. What is it? What is it? Earlier stream, I love it. Well, Justin James, it's Sunday. We got nothing but time. And we are putting together the top 50 fighters of all time, ever. In the UFC, in MMA, not in the UFC. Sorry, in MMA. That much must be said. So, yeah. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing, and that's where we are. Studio mode? Stop it. Stop studio mode. Let's go, man. It's kind of like PFL Bellator. It's famous in Dubai. Oh, I see. So it's an Indian version of PFL and Bellator. So it's the B leagues of the world's B leagues. That is quite a B league. I'm not gonna lie. Sorry, it's called Brave. Okay, alright, there you go. There you go. Ankalaev, what's up, brother? How are you, man? I hope you're well. I think we should start with the best non-champs, guys like Poirier, Tony, Gerson, and y'all should be around the 50 to 30. Alright, I like that, Toad. Nice, nice, nice. Top 50 is a wild topic. We got all day, man. A lot to make and a lot shouldn't that will. Yeah, I know, dude. And so I started off by doing a little bit of homework, James, by just looking at the Tapology's top 50. We got a lot to talk about. Okay, we got a lot to talk about. Sorry, it's called Brave. There you go. Dana says bravo after I KO Johnny Walker. Dana say bravo after I KO Johnny Walker. Brave is where Chimaev came from. No shit. There you go. Poirier, top 30. Okay, alright. I like where we're heads at. So, let's start the list, huh? Let's start the list. Eddie Alvarez. Oh, that's bad. Let's start the list like this. Eddie Alvarez. I'd like to introduce into the top 50 fighters of all time. Now, Eddie is low-key. Like, for the old schools, Eddie went over to one championship as well. Worked really, really fucking hard. Did a lot of good work in the UFC. Did a lot of good work at Bellator. Did a lot of good work at ONE as well. I know that the last time we saw him, he was getting his head kicked in by Dustin Poirier. But the guy is an old school goat. How do you pick someone? How do you ping someone? It won't let me. I don't know, dude. I've actually never done it. I don't know. I think you just at their name and then say what's up. Dana so brave. Ankalaev, top 10. Ankalaev, top 10. No. Ankalaev, absolutely not 10. Connor Victim. Yep. Eddie Alvarez is a fluke champ that got completely destroyed by McTapper. True, Toad, but that does not mean that he doesn't deserve to be in the top 50 fighters of all time in the 40 to 50 range. Right? Eddie Alvarez 100 deserves to be in the top 50 fighters of all time. Certainly in the range of the top 50 to 45. Let me just clean this up for you guys. There we go. That's it. That's better. There we go. You know what I can even do here, boys? I can even just give you a little bit more on each end. We go a little bit like that. There we are. A little bit like that. There we are. Yeah, beautiful boys. There we go. There we go. Everyone's happy now. You see what I mean? Everybody's happy. All right, let's do this. Let's press on. Sorry, chat. I ignored you for just a moment while I was making the screen pretty. Yeah, he did for a while. Win championship. Even Brandon heavyweight division. Yeah, he deserves to be on the list, man. He absolutely deserves to be a list. Prime Connor killed Alvarez. Prime Connor killed a good Eddie Alvarez. I'd probably have him on the 40th. So you want him like all the way over here, like right at the end of the top 40. Interesting. I'm gonna have him over here at the moment. Let's see if we can help fill out this list right now. But right now, he's going in at about here. Alex Pereira's top 10, easy. Mo, you are really on an Alex Pereira, like, run lately. Bad Math is live in 40 minutes. Oh, shit. Cool, man. Nice. What is the criteria? It's just, I don't know. It's just legends of the game, mate. This is just the GOAT list. So it's skill for skill, it's legacy, it's all sorts of shit. The weird thing around McGregor, though, is if we bring star power and impact into the equation, or is it strictly fighting skill? I think it is just a GOAT's, like, it is everything. Star power, impact, skill for skill. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of everything. This is just the best fighters in the sport. Like, these are the people in the sport, you know? It's going to be a hard list. We'll see how we go with it. It's a hard list to tackle. Okay. McGregor top 5. Yeah, but if you're doing just impact, yeah, it would be McGregor, but he'd be top 1. But even skill for skill, McGregor was damn good. McGregor was damn good. Uriah Faber, top 50 MMA fighters of all time. Does he get to go on the list? I think he does. I think he does get to go on the list. Like I said, I'm like using Tapology as a bit of homework. I don't agree with everything on Tapology's list, so we're gonna be like mixing it up a little bit. But Uriah Faber, fucking old school GOAT, had a lot of good moments back and forth with Dominic Cruz. This is all of MMA, not just the UFC. So, like, we're talking back in the WEC days. So, yeah, Uriah Faber is 100% going on the list. I'm going to put him just a touch behind Alvarez. Just a touch behind Eddie Alvarez. But Uriah Faber is definitely going on the list just here. Bang. Just a touch behind Eddie Alvarez. Sippin' Patron, the card is finishing. It is the prelims, Miguel. The main reason most of us know about the UFC is because of McGregor's impact. Nobody came close to him in that aspect, so it does give him a good case to reign along the side of the top. Yeah, that's true, James. But not only that, right? Connor's skill in his prime was fucking phenomenal. It was fucking phenomenal. Like, he won that interim belt against a hard wrestler with a broken ACL, I think it was. Like, so even when you take Conor McGregor, right, and you're just like, oh, well, the star power. We all know about him because of the star power. It's not just the star power. It's the fact that when he was in his prime, he was one of the best kickboxers in MMA and could still survive on the ground with a broken knee, you know? And not only that, like, he did very well against Khabib in the early rounds, you know, when Khabib wanted to hurt him. Really, really wanted to hurt him. So, yeah, man, it's well, yeah, Connor's a deep subject. Faber was good. Faber belongs there for sure. Faber is on the list. Faber's on here somewhere. Yeah. Don't worry about that. Faber's on here. What about Vanderlei Silva? Vanderlei Silva's going to be coming onto the list as well, man. Don't worry about that, brother. What about Nikita Krylov? No, Magomed. No, you and your boy Nikita Krylov. Magomed, quite frankly, you're going to be lucky to make the list, okay? Just like Ronda, she really was one of the best. Ronda is going to be on the list. Ronda will be on the list. Don't worry about that. She's going to be low on the list, but her impact is going to carry her, I would say, somewhere around the middle of the list, Danielle. Conor in his prime was a great striker. I know. McGregor's the only person to take a round of Khabib his whole career. That's the thing, Justin James. It's not just Conor McGregor's star power. Conor McGregor actually did legit and real things that do put him on this top 50 GOAT list of all time. So, yeah, man. Now, Bas Rutten. Bas Rutten. This man tried to kill you. It's time to return the favor. Okay, sorry. fucking love Buzz Rutten so much. Just put out a YouTube video about how to murder somebody in a bar. Okay. Okay. Buzz Rutten is going on the list, but he's going dead last on the list. But fuck me. This man tried to kill you. Okay. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck, I shouldn't have put Buzz on the list. Okay, Buzz Rutten's on the list, but oh man, barely. Like, he is the 50th best fighter of all time. Buzz Rutten. Oh man, sorry. I gotta keep making a case for my country's best ever fighter, apart from Katie Taylor. Fair. Danielle, John Jones. John Jones is absolutely going on the list. Don't worry about that. We'll get to the top 10. We got a long night ahead of us until Nate Diaz and Masvidal spar with each other. So, let's just lock in, okay? Bro is dead. Paradox, what's up, man? How are you, dude? Hope you're doing well. Bus is such a bad motherfucker. He won the UFC heavyweight title off his back with elbows. Fucking oath, mate. Kelvin Randleman shattered his nose. Bus started doing full contact fighting in 1993. The dude has been doing violence for so long, longer than I was even born. Yeah, that's a great point, Miguel. That's a great point. Who is the best ever Australian fighter in any sport? Is it Volk? You know, I want to say Whittaker for the longevity. Holloway's going to be on the list, absolutely. Is it Volk or Whittaker? And they're both on the list. I want to say it's for longevity, it's Whittaker, to be honest. I'm doing well. I just finished like 8 hours of streaming. Damn, Paradox the Chad. You went fucking Jesus, man. You went hard, brother. You went hard, man. Yeah, next up on the list. I was shocked by where Tapology had this person, but I believe that this person should be a lot higher than where Tapology has them, because they have had a dominant winning streak in the UFC and successfully defended their belts against a fellow top 50 fighter, and are yet to be, I think, quite frankly, like really tested and put in a war. Although you could say that their first attempt at a title was a bit of a war. But yeah, so Tapology has got this person at 47th, and I vehemently disagree with that. And this person is Leon Edwards. Tapology has Leon Edwards at number 40 on the list. At number 47 on the list. And to me, that's really a disservice. For all the reasons that I said before. So I think Leon Edwards should be in the 30 to 40 range, maybe even a little bit higher. Like, I just want to remind everybody of Leon Edwards, right? And it's so weird to me that Tapology has him where they have him. Like, he has been undefeated in the UFC for the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 fights. 12 fights in the UFC. Hasn't lost a fight since 2015. In that run, has fought Vicente Luque, Donald Cerrone, Rafael Dos Anjos, was beating up Bilal Muhammad in the first round until the eye poke of the second round, beat the shit out of Nate Diaz, who is still trying to fight for pennies today, beat Kamaru Usman twice, and completely ended Colby Covington's career. Edwards is top 30. Edwards top 30. I think Edwards is top 30. I think high top 30. Right? I like Leon. Yep. Edwards is at least 20 to 30, and that's mean anyway. Yeah, dude. Edwards, I mean, he's boring. It doesn't matter that he's boring. He has been dominant. That's not a Mighty Mouse's fault. His division was severely underdeveloped. We're not talking about Mighty Mouse, but we'll get to him, Justin James. Leon arguably has one loss to Usman, which he avenged twice. His other losses were DQ and split decision. That probably should have gone to Leon. Jones is the best, specifically when he fought Cormier. It was a bad fight. Jones is one of the best, specifically when he fought Cormier. It was a bad fight. What do you mean by it was a bad fight? Like, it was a bad night for Cormier? I'd say put him 25th for now. The least will change as we go on. I like that, Justin James, because, yeah, to me, having him at number 47th of all time, it just seems plain disrespectful. So, yeah, I think for now, we're going to have Leon Edwards at about 25. and we can edge that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's allowed on Twitch. Like, Twitch is very, I don't know how to behave myself on Twitch, but we can edge that list as it goes on. You know what I'm saying? What about Piotr Jan? We're going to get to Piotr Jan. Don't worry, brother. We're going to get to it. We have got hours and hours and hours till boxing gets its shit together. So don't worry about it, mate. Okay. Next up, a fucking goat. Was kicking the shit out of people when I got into MMA in 2015, and by that point, he was already getting towards the end of his career. Tapology has got him at 45. I think that is about fair. The next person on the list is Vitor the Phenom Belfort. Vitor Belfort. Now, Vitor had two careers, right? Vitor had his career when we were allowed to do steroids, and then his career when we were not allowed to do steroids. they're very, very different Vitor Belforts, right? So, it's not like we can copy and paste him and put, like, on-roided Vitor up here and not on-roided Vitor down here. Who's next? Oh, this is the fun of it, isn't it, Justin James? Jones broke Brandon Vera's face. That is true. That is wild. Overrated. You think Vitor Belfort's overrated? It's the same thing with Uberim. Yeah, the drug thing. Yeah. Vitor had that armbar on Jones. Vitor and Overeem are so fucking juiced. They were fucking juiced. They were. Look, I'm going to put him. I think for the work that he did in the early days of MMA, he definitely deserves to be in the top 50 fighters of all time. But the primes were full of juice. Yeah, that is true. But I think also, like, you got to pay respect to them by putting them on the list for sure. But I do think you, number one, need to be like, all right, they were on a lot of juice. And number two, the game did change a lot. Like, the game has changed a lot. And if you put Vitor Belfort, even if he was on juice, if you put him in there with, like, fuck, man, any modern middleweight, he would probably get the shit kicked out of him. You know what I mean? He would get pieced up on the outside. His takedowns would be handled. Like, this is the thing, right? Where's the females? You got to admit, we fight way better than men. We always give a good show. You absolutely do not fight better than men. That is 100% untrue. But there are going to be two women on this list, and it is going to be Amanda Nunes and Ronda Rousey. So, Daniela, there's gonna be girls on the list. But if you ever say we fight if you fight way better than men again, I'm gonna block you. Because that is just categorically untrue. Was violent. Vitor loses to Sean Strickland. True, mate. True. Females do fight good. They do. And I give them credit. I'm going to give them credit. Holly Holm would be on the list. Holly Holm actually is yeah, you know what? There's going to be 3 women on the list. Yeah. Holly Holm is a fucking goat. For sure. Yeah. So, like, I'll give him respect, but I'm going to fucking glaze him for no reason. All right. Vitor Belfort. Down here. Cyborg. I don't know, man. You know what, D? I don't think that Cyborg is that great. I think she is lucky that she is so much bigger than everybody else around her. You know what I mean? Nunes is a goat. My favorite WMMA fighter of all time was Whaley. Favorite WMMA fight of all time was Whaley versus Joanna. Where's Joanna's head erupted? I know, man. I know. Nunes chinned Cyborg. You know what, Miguel? That is a great point to what Daniela was saying. Like, you want to be like, oh, Cyborg's one of the baddest women of all time, but you're like, she sort of just bullied everybody because she was so much bigger. Her skills are kind of shit. And then when you like point out, well, Amanda Nunes was a lot smaller, and Amanda Nunes just beat her on pure skill. Like, it kind of like nullifies any argument about Cyborg, right? So, Carl Rosas versus Irene Aldana. Carl Rosa versus Irene Aldana was an incredible women's fight. True, no women. There will be some women, Toad, okay? They have done the work. They have spilt the blood in the octagon. If they make themselves available for the top 50, they will be on the top 50. But we shan't be doing any unnecessary glazing or simping or spit shining. But they have earned their stripes, and they will be going on the list accordingly. Nunes chinned. Yep. Wonder if y'all Romero makes the top 50. Y'all Romero going through a fucking murderer's row. This one is interesting for me. I don't even know if this one deserves to be on the top 50. So I want to open this one up to the chat. Because I really was like, huh. You don't say. You don't say. And I don't know if I like this person on the top 50 at all. Tyrone Woodley. Now, Tapology have got them at 41. Tapology's got Tyrone Woodley at 41. I don't know. Bad math. What's up, brother? How you going, man? How are you, dude? Everyone, if you haven't checked him out, I know most people already know about the legend that is Bad Math MMA, but go check out Bad MMA Math over on his channel. He runs the day shift or the night shift in England while I'm at work during the day. He keeps his live streams a lot more loose and wild than I do, so if you like MMA talk with a lot of wild banter as well, and I mean wild banter, go check out Bad Math MMA. What's up, brother? We are doing a top 50 MMA fighters of all time tier list as we try and get to the Nate Diaz versus Jorge Masvidal sparring match. So, this is where we're at. Now, Tyrone Woodley, according to Tapology, he is the 41st best MMA fighter of all time. I don't even like the idea of him being on the list, quite frankly. Let me catch up on chat. We'll be on top of the top. Anthony Pettis is fighting. Anthony Pettis is fighting right now. Fucking hell. Amanda Nunes is the number 863 best fighter ever. Jesus. In Miami watching the Masvidal card now. Nice, mate. Nate Diaz versus Masvidal is California versus Florida. Nice, man. Well, you let me know when they actually walk out and we'll put this list away and go and watch the fights together. Amanda Nunes versus Brandon Moreno? Maybe. He has 4 title wins in the noughties. That is true, Toad. That is true. Bad Math is the GOAT. Bad Math is the best ever in history of YouTube MMA, says Dana White. That's a lot of love from Miguel. Miguel, I thought I was the best MMA YouTuber ever. My God. I'd imagine it's 3 hours away. Bad Math, that is exactly why I decided, you know what? Let's just do this. Let's just do this. You know what I mean? Like, fuck it. We got hours and hours and hours and hours till it happens. So, I'm going to work my throat real hard today and we're going to do this. What did I just say? Anyway. Good career. I don't know if he's top 50 though. He's just outside of it. Yeah, you know what? Let's shelf Wood. Yeah, God, fucking Tyrone Woodley. You know, let's do this. Let's move everyone over here and put Woodley over here. Let's just shelf Woodley for now. And he is 100% like, he's feeling like he's going to be dead last on the list. Look at our top 50 our top 50 start to really fill in here, boys. Look at this, start to really fill in here. So what do we got? 50, 49, 48, 47, 46. We got to be careful with how we're doing this, you know? We got to really make sure we tighten this list up because there's a lot of judgment here. There's going to be a lot of hardcores coming back to this stream and really getting to know what I think about the top 50 of MMA. Woodley is better than fucking Bas Rutten. Yeah, that's true, Toad. You're right. Woodley is better than Bas Rutten. I would argue that Woodley's better than Vitor, to be honest. I would argue that Woodley's better than Vitor, right? Like, that seems more appropriate, yeah? Yeah, that seems better. Yeah, good one, Toad. My son wasn't having it tonight. What do you mean by that, bro? Your kid just will not go to sleep? Fuck, man. Bad Math is the number 1 pound-for-pound YouTuber ever, says Dana White. Miguel, you bloody... you. No, I put him in the 40s for now. Yeah, move the screen down slightly. Oh, shit. Sorry, guys. Shit. Yep. Sorry. My bad. Thank you. Thanks, guys. I'll put Yuri too. I mean, he's not bad looking. And Ian Gary. Daniela, this isn't a fucking, you know... a list of the men that you like to look at with their shirts off, okay? Yeah, D's going off the looks. No, they can fight. I love it. No, they can fight as well. I think looks should count too. Looks definitely should not count, bad math. All right, next up on the list, who are we gonna do? Okay, let's get real spicy with it. Top 10 handsome fighters video concept for you. Yeah, Dee can start her own fucking her own YouTube channel and just make it like she'll destroy Fight Fairy with ideas like that. Justin James, top 10 handsomest fighters ever video, done. Fight Fairy's got no chance. Okay, Chris Weidman. He was once considered the best purely by beating Anderson Silva. He was meant to be the next big up and comer. He was going to be the future. Unfortunately, it didn't pan out that way for Chris Weidman. He's had quite a few fucking losses since then, and his career has been ruined. And not even just since the leg break, but also I would argue that his legacy has been ruined since his return from the leg break and the losses leading up to it as well. If you're an educated adult who knows the fight business, you cannot deny that while Bad Math is active, he is the #1 pound-for-pound YouTuber. And he's the greatest ever. This one is a hard one. His win over Anderson Silva is insane, and not many do it. Should peak in the 40s. I agree with that. Like, I do think, right, like, Chris Weidman does make the list. I do think he does make the list, but I do think, like, his arc is sort of tainted, if that makes sense. Like, it's sort of tainted. It's not as it should be. Bad Math says, I think Silva didn't take him seriously, though. Yeah, that was in a time where Silva was, like, untouchable. You know what I mean? And, like, in his mind, he was untouchable. First time he was playing around like an absolute wildcat. Yeah, I know, man. I know. Silva was toying with him, got cocky and got KO'd. Yep. Second time he snapped his leg. This is the thing, right? This is the thing. Like, his career has sort of got, like, this asterisk on it. You know, like, it just doesn't feel... Woodley is better than Weidman. Now we're getting into the webs here. Now we're really getting into the point of a tier list, aren't we? With comments like that. Is Woodley... All right, let's do it. Now we can do a poll. I like this. This is what makes the top 50 such a hard list. Who is higher on the list? Or who is better on... No, let's do it like this. Who's higher on the top 50? Right? And I think Bad Math is right. Like, his career, to me, has this, like, when you look at it on paper, it's, like, brilliant and beautiful. But when you really start to, like, pick it apart and think about it, he's sort of got all these, like, but the loss, and now the eye pokes and the leg snap, and was Silva taking him that seriously? Woodley way better, brother. Weidman Anderson was bad. It was bad KO. Anderson didn't even know where he was. True. Woodley has 4 title wins over. Yep. Woodley's better than him. Yep. 100% in the chat. Okay, that'll do me. So, Woodley better, brother. Woodley better. So then, Weidman is going to be going down here. Now, Weidman better than Vitor? Yeah. Huh. Man, I'm starting to think, like, Woodley, even though I don't like him, he does deserve to be over here somewhere, doesn't he? Like, Woodley does deserve to be, like, over here, right? That does feel better for Woodley. I mean, I don't have to like him to respect all the work that he put in. Miami versus Stockton. Well, I live in Miami, so I guess I got to root for Jorge Masvidal. Is it starting, Miguel? I don't think it would be starting yet. There would be hours and hours, right? To me, Khabib or Miocic are at the top. As long as they aren't scared when I fight them, then they'll be in my top 10. Masvidal is insanely fat in the weigh-ins. He's going to gas hard tonight. Yeah, man. Yeah. I know, dude. It's going to be just I promise you guys this. It is going to be a dead shit, boring fucking sparring match. I can guarantee it. It's going to be so dog shit. They're going to look like dog shit. They're going to act like dog shit. It's going to be a sparring match. This whole thing is just a cash grab. John Jones, GSP, and Mighty Mouse go in the top 3. They are going up on that gold standard top 10 area. Don't worry about that. Now, the ordering, we will get to it. When's the main fight? Will be in hours. Anderson and Volk. I want to kill myself already. The promotion videos are killing me. Yeah, dude. UFC next week is dog shit. I know, mate. I know. Well, actually, no. The undercard, the card is alright. The main event is dog shit. So yeah, let's not be too harsh. You know what? Let's do this. Let's put in our first female, huh? Let's put in our first female onto the list. Let's put our first female onto the list. Still active. Has won a UFC belt. What is it? Once or twice? Once or twice. What do you think about Nate Diaz? I think he is a child. I think Nate Diaz is a child. Joshua Van is fighting. Nothing can be worse than Charles fighting the other week. Nothing can be worse than Charles' fight the other week. Yeah, Charles' fight the other week was fucking horrible. 4 fights until the main card. All right, cool. What do you think about Nate Diaz? I think he's a child. Kill me, I just checked. Nate Diaz would get slapped up by Magomed. Yes. 4 fucking fight. It's going to be hours, boys. Hours and hours and hours. Woodley showed up like a beast when he fought with Lawler. Panda King name. Yeah, guys, the boxing is going to be in hours. And it's going to be dog shit. It's going to be dog shit. Holly Holm. Now, here's the hard part about Holly Holm for me. Here's what makes judging Holly Holm's career hard. Come on, you wankers. Holly Holm was a phenomenal kickboxer. This is an MMA tier list. And Holly Holm's MMA is kind of shit. It's kind of shit. It's kind of really shit. It's really, really shit. It's really, 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 really shit. It's really shit. But she beat Ronda Rousey. But Ronda Rousey was just a judoka in the UFC. But she did great work for the sport, you know? She headlined and had one of the biggest upsets in UFC history at one of the biggest arenas we've ever had a crowd at, in Melbourne, at our biggest arena. It was over 100,000 people in the audience. You know, it makes it hard. 43rd, Holly Holm. Jingmin Nam and 1 championship. Oh, I like that one, D. I like that one. I reckon the fights before Diaz and George will actually be alright. Well, I hope so. I sincerely hope so. I believe she is the most skilled WMMA fighter of all time. Really, mate. I disagree. I think Amanda Nunes is the most skilled. Top 50 is a lot. Maybe should be 30. That is very high up on the list, Miguel. Wow. Good ass fight just finished on the prelims. Nice, man. Nice. Holly can kick butt, but is no good on the ground. Exactly. Holly Holm has an argument to be a combat sports GOAT. That is true, Toad. Only one woman worth talking about is Nunes. Nunes beat everyone. Same, we never got Harrison versus Nunes. It might still happen. Ryan Garcia versus Nate Diaz. Ryan Garcia would kill Nate Diaz. Holly Holm doesn't even deserve to be on the list from Paradox to Chad. I disagree. I think she is better than... Fucking hell. Look at these fighters I have on the list. Fuck, I don't even know if I can put Holly Holm on the list, to be honest. Amanda Nunes has beaten these people, but she has, no... You know what? I'm going to fucking be as nice as I can possibly be. I'm going to be as nice as I can possibly be. She's dead ass last on the list. Let's see if she can stay on the list, to be quite frank. Joanna is very technical and good. Yeah, Joanna might... Yeah, Joanna is better. Oh, man, she might not even... Jesus, fuck. Alright, Holly, you're on, but you are clinging on by a fucking thread. Fuck, Holly. God damn. Oh, shit. What do you do, huh? It's not easy. Ladies and gentlemen, Shamrock. Old heads. I'm going to need my old heads in chat for this one. I'm going to need my old school heads. I don't know if Bad Math is still here or if he's popped out, right? I don't know. I'm going to be looking at Toad for this one, you know? Exactly 40th. Yep. He definitely 100% does deserve to be on the list. But you guys know, g'day Bad Math, help me out with Frank Shamrock here. Alright, you guys know what era I came into the UFC. Right, I came in around 2015. That's when I started watching the sport. So I'm not too scared to admit when I need help making this list. Okay? And I need help with Shamrock. Paradox the Chad first? Absolutely not. Way better than Weidman, yes. And Vitor, yeah, I could agree with that. But Woodley edges him out. Okay, alright, so we might be doing something like this. Sorry, what is this list exactly? It is the top 50 MMA fighters of all time. The top 50 MMA fighters of all time. What exactly are we judging? We're judging everything, Bad Math. We're judging skill. We're judging impact on the sport. We're judging it all, mate. This is sort of just a, where do you put him? Frank Shamrock is not on the list. And what Magomed Ankalaev is, I guess what you're saying. He's the GOAT. Yeah, it's a combination of all. It's sort of just a list, mate. It's a list of the top 50 MMA fighters ever. It's the GOAT list. Let's say it's the GOAT list. And GOAT means impact, wins, losses, fans, money made. It's everything we know as a whole. It's everything. It's all of it. This is the list to end all lists, Bad Math. Frank Shamrock. Just tuck him in behind Woodley. But then, surely, he's better than Alvarez and... He's better than Alvarez and Uriah. Frank would be high, but he has been erased. Well, that's why I'm trying to pay some respect here, Frankie. I'm trying to put some respect on his name, mate. You know, the biggest MMA channel in history is trying to bring him back to the wider audience. I mean, sorry, Miguel. Sorry, Miguel Productions. I know. Bad Math is the biggest MMA channel of all time. So the second biggest MMA channel of all time is trying to put him back on the list. The only reason Holly Holm's on that list is dog walking the unbeatable Rousey. Yes, Justin. And that is why she is absolutely dead last and quite frankly might not stay on the list by the time it's done. I get really confused about this part. These two over Frank. I don't know. Yeah, I guess it's something like that, huh? I'm the biggest MMA channel of all time, so fucking subscribe, you shitlords. Yep. That is a very Paradox the Chad thing to say. That is a super Paradox the Chad thing to say. But to be fair, Paradox is a Chad, so you can't get upset about that. I'd say top 40. Yeah, you want to put him in the 40? I'm going to put him here for now, but I think we can move him. I think for now, this is sort of how the list is coming together. This feels good, right? This feels like we're on track. I feel like this is making sense. I'm upset Nunes retired. Never got the chance to be Slapper. I think she's the best. You are a Chad, Paradox the Chad. Nunes is definitely on the list and deserves to be on the list. Not just like how Holly Holm is on the list because I was like, let's do one female. Nunes is going to be high on the list. Let's save time and just get Holly Holm the fuck out of there. Bad Math? We are going to get to the point of the stream where Holly Holm gets kicked off the list because there simply will not be enough room for everybody. And you're gonna savor that moment and enjoy it, okay? We can't just blow our load right now. We got hours until Masvidal versus Diaz, so we really got to slowly just work away at this. You know what I'm saying? Come on, Bad Math. You're older than me, mate. You should know. Pace yourself. Dougie, you're a Chad? You're a Chad, Paradox the Chad. It's in your fucking name, mate. I hated this when I saw it on Tapology, so I'm going to fix it thusly. I'm going to fix it right fucking now. Dougie tucks me into bed every night. I mean, I'm working my throat hard here to make sure you guys have good hours of content on MMA. This one pissed me the fuck off when I saw it. They have Robert Whittaker at number 38 on their list. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I put it to you that Robert Whittaker is one of the best MMA fighters of all time. He had those wars with Yoel Romero, Luke Rockhold, Derek Brunson, all the way in 2016. He has been, if it wasn't for Israel Adesanya, he has been in the top either champ or number one contender spot for nearly 10 fucking years. For nearly 10 fucking years. And quite frankly, he should be at least 37th. Fuck you, Batman. Quite frankly, I think we all know Robert Whittaker. Mo, I know you're going to be screaming at me when we get to Alex Pereira. I know you're going to be screaming at me when we get to Alex Pereira. He fucking hell, Douglas is on an early one today. What's up, Chris? What's up, man? It's Sunday, you know, we're doing what we're going to do. I'm going to let you in on what we're doing here, Chris. We are tackling the list, the top 50 MMA fighters ever tier list. So buckle up, Chris. We're going to be here for a couple of hours. This is also the first time I'm co-streaming to Twitch as well. So we're putting ourselves all over the internet today. We're blowing our load all over the internet, boys. Now, where am I doing? Izzy wipes Rob's shoes clean. Izzy won that second. Rob won that second fight. We all know Robert Whittaker won that second fight. Like, they're just the facts. Dougie's corner, I won't be, because we all know that you hate Alex Pereira. I don't hate Alex Pereira. I do not hate Alex Pereira. Bad Math, did you know that Dougie hates Alex Pereira? It's not true. Mo's lying to you right now, Bad Math. Just like Izzy, he always picks against him and is always wrong. Actually, Mo, I know you've been away from the channel for a couple of days because for some reason you've decided to have a normal human being sleep schedule. I am not going to be going with Magomed Ankalaev. I cannot do it. I cannot pick Magomed Ankalaev. It's just... he sucks too much. He's going to get pieced up by Alex Pereira. So... there you go, mate. Izzy is so fraudulent. I hate Izzy fans who think he is good. 2 losses, 2 robberies, all back-to-back. Exactly. Robert Whittaker, for me. He might even move up higher on the list. I'm not even joking. I might put him up even higher on the list. Yep, yeah, exactly, Justin. You called it as I did it. I might put him up higher on the list. I think Holly, only 3 years younger, she would have beat... Harrison, how about Usman? We will get to Usman, absolutely. I think when Holly only 3 years younger, she would have beat Harrison. Magomed won't be happy about this. Fuck Magomed. I think he's in here somewhere. I think I've seen Magomed today. Yeah, nice. All right, cool. That's where we're up to. All right, next. Where are we at on the bloody list? Where are we at on the bloody list? This one's really, really interesting to me. And they had this person above Robert Whittaker, which I was like, interesting moves. Really interesting moves. Bad Math is a dosser. Bad Math is a dosser. Brother, why you say that? It's okay, Ank. I believe in you. The OG. The original flavor MMA. Always Gracie. Gets a lot of glaze. Tapology have him higher than Robert Whittaker on the best 50 MMA fighters of all time. I sort of, think of him more like a Holly Holm-esque fighter. Like a very one-dimensional fighter. Lucky to be where he was in his time. I don't know if you guys know this, but it's very well documented that the first UFC was pretty much just a sales pitch for Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. The entire thing was cherry-picked what athletes were going to be in it. The whole thing was set up for the Gracies, essentially, to show off how good they were. But to have, having said that, he is a fucking pioneer in the sport. You know what I mean? Massive pioneer in the sport. Went on a run for the 5 years. right? 500, 600, 69th, all the way down the bottom. So, the GOAT, the winner of the very first UFC. Dougie, wait, you're from Florida? Oh no, just kidding. Everything happens in Florida. What the? What are you talking about? No, I'm from Melbourne. Magomed versus Pereira is going to be the same thing as Oliveira versus Makhachev. All the fans will pick their favorite Brazilian out of cope until the Daggy dominates, and Guru will cope about the UFC being ruined. Yeah, that is like MMA Guru's content cycle is pick someone, back them immediately, be xenophobic, and then once they lose, say that everything is stupid and MMA doesn't make sense anymore. Have his eyes peeked from the bottom, so he almost made the list. I like Paradox. Paradox, this is why you're a Chad. This is why you're a Chad. Hoist Gracie, thank you for your... Alright, Hoist Gracie, thank you for your work. You certainly, you know, this is the thing, right? Like, they even talk about how the Gracies started MMA, but, like, MMA has existed for, like, hundreds of years in Japan. It's called Pankration. Pankration is just MMA. Like, there's a myth. There's a whole myth built around the Gracies. So, you know what? You're right, Paradox the Chad. We are going to put his eyes on the list just to be like, thank you for bringing the myth of MMA. The myth that your family thought of MMA and UFC started MMA to the world. I appreciate it. All right, Dougie, do you not like the Guru? No, I like the Guru a lot, but like, it's like, you know, like how you break down like a Family Guy episode. Like, you can see what the like cycle of jokes is. Same thing with Guru. Like, you can see what the cycle of the content is. It's like, pick someone, be as harsh as you can to the opposition, and then when they lose, cry about it. And if they win, scream loudly about dominance and bloodlines and da-da-da-da-da. Yeah. Okay. This one I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see where everyone has this person. I really am. I wanted to put them higher than where Tapology has put them. Robbie Lawler. I wanted to put... Sorry, I'll let you guys know this. Tapology has got Robbie Lawler coming in at about 36th on the top 50 MMA fighters of all time. I kind of like Robbie Lawler somewhere around the 25th. I'm not going to lie, but I guess like that could be me just being a big old fan of fucking Robbie Lawler, getting into some fucking wars, you know? And this could be me just like loving violence so much that I want to see someone like Robbie Lawler higher on the list. Yeah. Royce Gracie is number 1,000. He's like 200 pounds and would lose to Brandon Moreno. Yeah, but Toad, we're not like talking about these people as if it's them in 2024 planted into the octagon. It's more of like a look back and a shout out to everything that they've done over time. You know what I mean? So, for ruthless Robbie Lawler and all the work that he has done in MMA, I do think I'm going to be putting him right about like, I don't know, 25th on the list. I feel like is a good spot for Robbie Lawler. Robbie Lawler lost to Carlos Condon, and there's simply no argument against that. So Toad doesn't like it. Toad wants to bump him even further down the list than 25. Okay. I mean, he's clearly, like, not ahead of Edwards. Fuck, Woodley is good, isn't he? Like, Tyron Woodley is good. Fuck, maybe Lawler does go over here somewhere. Yeah, I think... Woodley better than Lawler? Yeah. Yeah, I agree, Magomed. Yeah, I think this is... Right? I think it's like that, yeah? That feels about right. I should go over here. Because we're not getting till number 1 until the very end of the list. So, Yeah, I should go over here somewhere. It's time, Dougie. What's the time? It's time for you to do the Alex Pereira ranking. You want me to do Pereira and show us how much you dislike him? I'll get to Pereira. I will get to Pereira. I'm not putting Magomed Ankalaev on the list. I'm not putting Magomed Ankalaev on the list. Let's put someone into the top 11 and top 20. Let's start to fill out the list a little bit more. Actually, let's do someone in the top 20, right? TJ Dillashaw. TJ Dillashaw. Kind of forgotten career. Am I not wrong? Kind of a forgotten career. Now, here's where things are going to start to get really spicy. Because we are going to talk about the fact that he was drug cheating in an age of, was everybody drug cheating? Brother, he do EPO. Well, EPO is going to change this list a lot. EPO is going to affect where John Jones falls on the list. EPO is going to affect everyone down here on the bottom section of the list. Like, are we going to judge him purely because of all the EPO that he's done? Or are we going to judge him because of the crazy win streak that he went on? How fucking, cleanly he beat the shit out of Cody Garbrandt. Although, having said that, Cody Garbrandt, the win has sort of aged like shit, hasn't it? You know? Dillashaw versus Cruz was a 50-50 decision. Ooh. It was fucking close. It was fucking close. What was it? It was a split decision. He did EPO, weigh in at 125. No man need a weigh in at 125. It is child size. That's not true, because then we're going to be doing Mighty Mouse a disservice when we get to Mighty Mouse's part on the list. Is TJ Dillashaw, has he got a better legacy than not Kamaru Usman, than Tyrone Woodley? Are you ranking fight? Yes, Platus. We are doing the top 50 fighters of all time. The MMA GOAT list. This is the top 50 GOAT list. Mohammed bin Laden. But he also hates Alex Pereira. He's... Is this featherweight? This is everything. This is the top 50 MMA fighters of all time. I know one of them. All right, man. Hang out for the channel and let me know. Let me know. Okay. Man, Woodley is going to creep up the list, right? Woodley is going to creep up the list real high. I'm going to put TJ Dillashaw in the high 30s. In the high 30s. I'm going to put TJ Dillashaw in the high 30s, but still behind Woodley. Woodley might end up actually being a dark horse in this race. Woodley might end up being a real dark horse in this race. You know, he has got a sneaky good career. Toad, Magomed, what group of people does this remind you of? What are we talking about, Toad? TJ Fraudshaw. Well, fuck, man. Then you're gonna have a hard time. Like, oh. Good one, Tapology. Good one. Israel Adesanya is a bit cute, don't you think? No, Platters. You would probably want to go and check out someone else's page. I think, yeah, she's doing a list of the top 10 fight Emperor Alex Pereira. You really want to do Alex Pereira now, don't you? You really want to do Alex Pereira now. We'll get there. And I see what you're doing over on Twitch, Mo, by the way. I'm not surprised that you're the one in Twitch that said hi. A grown man, but a young look? Yeah. Tripper? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Right. Marab has a stacked resume for a non-champion. True. I will smash Pereira. Handsome? Thanks, mate. I appreciate it. Okay. Francis Ngannou. Top 50 MMA fighters of all time. Now, hear me out. Hear me out. Not him, I meant him, not you. I'll take it as you meant me, mate. I appreciate it. I'm feeling handsome today. Francis Ngannou. Is he going to make the list of the top 50 of all time? Francis is overrated? I don't think so. Ngannou is within the top 30 at best, or top 30. I agree, right? Francis Ngannou was able to stand with Cyril Gane with broken kneecaps. He ran through everybody at heavyweight. Now, having said that, heavyweight is not that impressive, right? But this is what really rates highly for me when I think about Francis Ngannou. His first fight with Stipe Miocic, he gets out-wrestled. Horribly out-wrestled. Then he goes and has a dog shit fight with Derek Lewis where he's too scared to pull triggers anymore. Then he goes back and completely rebuilds his career from the ground up and learns enough counter wrestling to when he has his second fight with Stipe Miocic. Stipe is still trying, and Stipe is the best heavyweight of all time. Stipe is trying to get Francis Ngannou down in the first round, and Francis is doing enough to be able to shuck him off, and then goes and takes a fight with Cyril Gane, who is a phenomenal kickboxer at heavyweight, and survives the first 3 rounds with him, which are essentially all on the feet, and then uses his grappling skill, which is almost, Cyril Gane's grappling skill is non-existent, but Francis uses what grappling skill he has on 2 blown-out ACLs to secure himself a victory right when his UFC contract is hanging in the balance. Francis Ngannou is within the top 30 at best, or the top 20. He isn't that high for you. Fair enough. Ngannou has really good non-title wins. I agree, Toad. I agree. Especially when you're eating apples. Oh, that is bloody... Alright, let's just slow the fuck down. Alex Pereira said he would fight at 305 on August 17th in Perth. I know, mate. He KO'd Blades, JDS, and undefeated... And an undefeated Rosen in less than a round. Yeah, he's phenomenal. He's phenomenal. He is very, very good. Now, is he higher than Leon Edwards? No. Oof. Is he higher than Leon Edwards? No. Leon Edwards' counter wrestling is far superior. And Leon Edwards' just clean striking is way superior. But he's in here. He's around here somewhere. For sure. Okay, I'm not going to tease Mo anymore. Let's do it. Let's stop teasing Mo. Mo has been good, so let's be good to Mo back. Alex Poatan Pereira. If Leon and Francis were the same weight class, Francis wins. Big statement, Justin James. Do I agree with you? No, I don't think so. I think if they were the same weight, because Francis really counts on his big, just his power to come forward and rush forward. And I think Leon Edwards would be able to dance around the outside and pick Francis Ngannou apart. I think Leon Edwards is one of the smartest fighters we've ever had in the UFC. And Francis is just a devastating wrecking ball. So if you made Francis, the same weight class, he'd probably have a similar fight style to, say, I don't know, Joaquin Buckley. You know what I mean? Where he's just rushing in with big meaty hooks and big powerful overhands. That's what I would probably say is where Francis Ngannou stacks up if he was the same. Whereas Leon Edwards would be able to dance around the outside. Alex Poatan Pereira. Top 15? Top 15, we'll find out. Alex Poatan Pereira. Now, what do we say about him, huh? Got rushed to the title because of his history with Israel Adesanya. Now, this is MMA, not kickboxing as well. This is just MMA. If this was GOATs of all of combat sports, Alex Pereira might be the number 1 spot. Now, Alex Pereira, though, has had a run of nothing but champions since Sean Strickland, which is actually fucking phenomenal. And the arguments against him are that he has almost no grappling, but he does lull people into his style of fight. He does it all media day up to the fight. And quite frankly, if we're going to be talking about legacy and eyes to the sport, he has saved UFC 2024. Like, Alex Pereira is the UFC in 2024. What Alex has done in a short time is a once-in-a-lifetime career. That is true, man. That is so, so true. So Alex Pereira definitely deserves to be up there. But he also hates Alex Pereira. Hi, Discord. G'day, g'day, g'day. So, Alex Pereira, where are we going to put him? Now, as for long... What, Mo? What? I really have to think about this. Hang on. I have to think about this, right? I have to think about this. Robert Whittaker literally... Shut up, Mo. Hang on, let me think about this. You're actually biased? I am biased, I know, but I have to think... Like, Alex Pereira. Boo, I'm ashamed. I'm not done yet, Mo. I'm not done yet. Alright? I'm thinking out loud here. Okay? Just chill out, mate. Biased? Alright, chat's not happy. Alright. How does this feel? This feels a little better. You should do a survey of who's who. Robert Whittaker couldn't even beat Izzy. Robert Whittaker did beat Izzy. Robert Whittaker did beat Izzy. You know he beat Izzy in the second fight, right? And Izzy beat Alex in their fourth fight, okay? So what are we going to do? Put Israel Adesanya higher than Alex's top 10? I don't think so. But when we get into the top 10, he might work his way in. You've seen how Tyron Woodley has crept his way up the list. So just hold on to your fucking panties, mate. Relax, okay? Mo, when Alex beats and moves up, he's top 5. Alex is 3-1 against Izzy. In MMA, they are 1-1. And this is a MMA. Mitica is 2-0. Mitica won, by the way, fuck you. Whittaker won the second fight. Mate. You know he did, right? Top 10 over here. Whittaker won the second fight against Israel Adesanya. But Alex Pereira might move up the list, right? I didn't think Tyron Woodley would get himself so high up the list, but he did. So you never know. You never know what's going to happen next. All right. I'm getting nervous as the list is getting more and more filled out. I'm getting nervous. Bro, you are coping hard. I cannot trust your takes against Alex anymore. I'm going to take it with a massive spoonful of salt. Alex Pereira is going to beat Magomed Ankalaev. I'm going to take it with a professional Alex. I don't hate Alex. I'm just not going to unnecessarily glaze him. You want to put him, right, in the top 10 fighters of all time because his opponents walk into him and let him clean them up with a left hook, right? He has had a phenomenal career. He's been in the UFC for like 4 years. I'm hiking. Nice, Miguel. Put Paddy on this list. Paddy absolutely is not going on this list. Alex will finish his career as a top 5. You're the fucking man. Thanks, Miguel. He might finish his career in the top 5. John Jones better be at least number 13. Do a poll. I feel like you guys are going to be biased as shit. I'll do a poll, but I reserve the right to change it. Okay. Miguel, we are not putting Paddy Pimblett on the top 50 fighters of all time list. We're just absolutely not. Okay, I will do a poll. But I reserve the right to change the top 10, to change anything on this list as we start to fill it out. Just like Tyrone Woodley has moved up the list, Alex Pereira might move up the list or might fall out. Don't forget Brett Jones. How do you guys like the new gloves? Uncomfortable. The new gloves look like they have less power, and they're actually allowing more eye pokes. Everyone vote. Yeah, everyone vote. How many people are in here? So we have got, there's probably not many people watching. We've got 7 people in here. So let's get some votes going, yeah? How many people are in here? I'm not going to end the poll yet. Chill out. Chill out. I'm just trying to see. There's 7 people in here right now. Maybe 9 people in here, depending on what analytics you look at. There's 3 votes. So to help me, slide over, right? Come onto the stream. Come onto the chat. And just click, does he belong in the top 10, yes or no? I'd like to see like 5 or 6 votes. Come on, there's only 3 votes. Let's get this moving. There's 8 people in here. Just scroll down. I know you're like shadow listening, not really listening, hanging out. That's 4 votes. 4 votes out of the 8 people that are in here. I'd like to get 1 more vote. Just 1 more vote so we can get 5 out of 8. We could have the majority of the people watching this stream vote. This is the top 50 MMA fighters of all time. Does Alex Pereira belong in the top 10? That is 5 people voting out of the 7 people watching Mo. That is the majority of the people watching this stream have voted, and it has come in at 80% say no. Alex Pereira is not a top 10 fighter at the moment. That is as fair as I can be. That is as fair as I can be. Mo, that was a I didn't rush the questions. I waited till we got a majority of people that are watching the stream. I will be alone and I will be right soon. All of you watch. So, Alex Pereira remains as the top of the silver standard of MMA. He is not in the top 10. Maybe he'll enter it. I doubt it. Oh, man, I knew I was opening up a fucking can of worms when I decided to do this as well. I knew I was opening up a fucking can of worms. I was like, this is going to be a fucking stream to remember. Oh, boy. All right, let's press on, shall we? He's not top number 1 right now. Hater says he will be. Literally said he finished his career in the top 5. But I refuse to allow Whittaker to be above Alex. All right, no, look, fine. Alex Pereira has got more title defenses. How many title defenses has Alex got now? Alex just got 2 title defenses. Whittaker has got, how many title defenses has Whittaker got? Alex has only got 2 title defenses. How many has Whittaker got? Whittaker defended against Yoel Romero. You might be in trouble here, Mo. Beat Yoel Romero. And then lost straight to Izzy. And then that's when he beat everyone else. Oh, fucking Israel Adesanya. Oh, fucking Israel Adesanya. Fuck Israel Adesanya. Fuck Israel Adesanya. The fucking dog. Fuck him. Whatever. Fuck Israel Adesanya. Fucking ruining everything. Alright. Henry Cejudo. Let's not fuck around. Henry Cejudo. Got to be one of the best fighters of all time. Mitica will never surpass Alex. Alright, man, chill out. Henry Cejudo is low 20s. Henry Cejudo is one of the 5 UFC fighters who has won 2 belts. Right? Henry Cejudo beat Mighty Mouse. Barely, but on paper he beat Mighty Mouse, even though that was a bit of a robbery. Right? Henry Cejudo's legacy in the sport surely has got to be top 30 after what Merab did to him. Oh, Toad, I love a good argument. Mo, you need to see this, Mo. It was a row, I know. But you see this, Mo? Instead of just yelling, you're wrong, Mitica, boo, boo, Robert Whittaker, put together a good argument, you know? I can be swayed with a good argument. Yeah, seeing a man get lifted up and dropped onto his ass like a little baby does really ruin your GOAT status. 2 belts, but look at his shitty divisions are in. It was a robbery and you know it. 30 after Merab. 40. Fucking hell. Now, Does Henry Cejudo have a better career than Tyrone Woodley? Surely he does, right? At least that was nice. You are nice. Surely he has a better career than Tyrone Woodley, right? Surely. Francis Ngannou? Francis destroyed everyone at heavyweight. Fucking destroyed everyone at heavyweight. And then bounced. Whereas Henry Cejudo got picked up. Yeah, he has a better career than Leon Edwards. Yeah, he does. Does he have a better career than Robert Whittaker? He doesn't. Whoa! Fuck. Fuck. What have I done? Fuck. 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 Henry has 2 belts. Whittaker has 1 belt. Whittaker has been second position for years. Henry's been on top. But Henry got smashed by Merab Dvalishvili. But Whittaker got smashed by Dricus du Plessis. Fuck. Fuck. God damn it, Robert Whittaker. You fucking second place. Fucking. Fuck. Shit. A lot of his wins don't count. Weight drain TJ. Robert over DJ and Cruz. Was off the couch and injured. Ooh, good one, Toads. Can say the same for fraudulent fighters, though, Mr. Toad. Can say the same for a lot of fraudulent fighters. Fuck. That's a hard one to do. That's a hard one for me to do. No, I can't do that. But he's got 2 belts. 2 belts. Got to count for something. They have to count for something. It's so hard to do. But TJ was weight drained. But you're still lucky enough to be there. Yeah. I know, but still, to have the belts, to even be able to do it, you know? To even be able to do it, it's something. Even if the divisions are shit, the fact that you can still do it is something. Yeah, I think that's where we're going to go. I think that's where we're going to go. Oof, this list is hard. This is a hard fucking list. Man. This is a hard fucking list. Oof. Alright, let's move on. Let's move on. Also getting thrown around and laughed at with Mark Zuckerberg puts you down at least 10 spots. I know, that's the thing. Like, he's had so many great moments, but he's also been memed on so hard. Like, it does make it hard to respect him in any way. But you do have to respect him in some sort of way. So maybe even here. No, 2 belts is... I'm sorry, but 2 belts is massive. Even if the divisions are shit, 2 belts is massive. It just straight up is. You gotta respect it. You have to respect it. You know, even though Merab didn't respect him, you have to respect it. Ronda Rousey. It's going to be controversial in here. I can feel it. I can feel it already. It's going to get controversial in here. Where does she sit as one of the top 50 MMA fighters of all time? Ronda Rousey. I mean, honest to God, her MMA skills are dog shit. She's a great judoka. But, beside Weidman, but, if it wasn't for her, we wouldn't have women in the UFC. And some people, like Bad Math, would say that puts her even lower on the list. That is a reason for her to be hated. There's some people out there that would be angry at that. and you know, I could get it. I gotta run. I gotta run the ladies, but Ronda is 46th. Yeah. I think she deserves to be in the. Yeah. I think she deserves to be in the top 50 because of the legacy and the work that she has done. But it's also like important to remember that it's her fault that we have a lot of the bad fights that we do have now, and her MMA skills are kind of dog shit. So Ronda Rousey going in right there next to Merab has to be on the list. He is better all time than Jan based on resume, on their fight, and dominated guys like Aljo and went to split decisions. Dominated the guys Aljo went to split decisions with. Yeah, I like that, Toad. I like your argument a lot. Let's put Ronda Rousey down here next to Weidman. Her judo is amazing, but this is an MMA tier list. Her judo is amazing. I'll give her credit. Her judo is amazing. So what do we got? We got 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47. Oh yeah, okay. The list is coming together nicely. The list is coming together nicely. Hello, Miguel. I'm great. How are you? You've been here since the start of the chat, Matt. You know how I'm going. You know exactly how I'm going. All right. Let us play on with the list. Who do you guys want next on the list? Obviously, I've got some names in the back end, but let me know who do you want next on the list. Bas Rutten versus Ronda Rousey, UFC 400. I'd love that, Justin James. That'd be... This person tried to kill you. It's time to return the favor. Oh my god. Lesnar. Yeah, we got to get Lesnar on the list. Did I have Brock Lesnar in my pre-loaded faces and names? Get out of here. Surely I had. No, I didn't have Lesnar. I'll do Lesnar, but can we talk about Chuck Liddell? Can we talk about Chuck Liddell? One of the fucking old school goats. Absolutely one of the old school goats. Bro didn't have Lesnar. I know, I don't have preloaded Lesnar over here on my sidebar. Weird. Really, really weird. But the thing is, I thought I did. But I've found as I've gone through this, there are some people here that I thought I did that must not have saved. Liddell's aura is insane. It is. And it is all time as well. Like, it is long lasting throughout his entire career. So it was Vitor, and Lesnar isn't in the top 50. He was just on more Source than his competition. That's all right, man. You're allowed to be on Source on this list because there were just stages of the game where everyone was on Source and it was okay. So we're not hating that. Brother, please induct Conor. We're gonna do Conor, mate. Don't worry. We're gonna do Conor McGregor. We're trying to fill in the bottom of the list and work our way up. Again, we have got hours until Jorge Masvidal versus Nate Diaz. So let's not get too eager. All right, we've already inducted somebody into the top 20. You know, we got to take our time with this. Slow strokes, my friend. Brother, please improve Conor. If Jones isn't number one for roids, then why is Brock on the list? I think it's because you got to respect the era of when they were doing roids, Toad. Like in the era of Vitor Belfort, Chuck Liddell, Tito Ortiz, it was very open that everyone was allowed to do roids. Nobody cared, right? John Jones, when he was doing roids, it was sort of like the USADA is starting to come in. GSP is talking about VADA. Now we're getting into an era where people are like, could you please not do steroids? And then later in the career when he's fighting Dominic Cruz, later in his career when he's fighting Daniel Cormier and he is testing with the testosterone levels of a 7-year-old girl, so something must be replacing his steroids. That is the era of we are now in USADA. It's no longer a GSP, can you please not do steroids? It is now a, if you are doing steroids, you are cheating. So we sort of got to respect the era of steroid abuse that we were in, if that makes sense. Chuck Liddell. I'm putting him over here. I'm putting him over here. He's in the top 40. Top 30, sorry. He's got to be in the top 30, right? Chuck Liddell is one of the GOATs. Still got a fucking great aura. Maybe even a little bit higher. Where has Tapology got him? Fuck, Chuck Liddell is up at 23. Like, fucking over here somewhere. Alright. Okay, I don't mind that. You know what? You know what? His fucking aura is insane. Insane, man. So I'm okay with that.
Now,
you guys wanted to do... Next time you do this, will you put me on top to... Daniela, the... What the fuck, Lee? Will be in the scene. Hang on, what have you said? Will be on the scene. Listen, man, you got to start your own YouTube channel and start putting out your own content like this. You're gonna love it a lot. You're gonna have a lot to talk about. Trust me. If Fight Fairy can do it, you can do it. Brock Lesnar. Not even on Tapology's list in the top 50, but I think he should be in the top 50, somewhere in this range. Somewhere in this range. Now, if you're going to give Ronda Rousey shit for her being just a judoka, you sort of got to talk about Brock Lesnar being just a wrestler. But, having said that, he did love to stand and bang as well and throw some fucking fists. So, I think it's kind of like unfair to give him the Holly Holm Ronda Rousey breakdown where he is just he is obviously like a very one-sided fighter, but he is not just a wrestler. Like, he will swing and bang and get into messy exchanges as well. Having said that, I do feel like Chris Weidman has become this sort of high watermark for what is a half-decent MMA fighter and what isn't. So I could see this area of the list moving up. Kill me. What's wrong, Mo? What, you want Brock Lesnar to be higher? There's still 3 fights left. I know, mate. That's why we're taking our time here. I think Chris Weidman has become like the high watermark of like what is a decent MMA fighter and what is a one-trick pony but has great legacy. You know what I mean? And Brock Lesnar's legacy is more of like the aura of Brock Lesnar rather than his fighting style. Like, you couldn't seriously put Brock Lesnar ahead of Robbie Lawler. You know what I mean? Or even like Eddie Alvarez. You couldn't put him there. Brock Lesnar in the top 3. No. So I do think it's like this, right? Shit. You two are locked together, okay? Because Holly Holm, you are definitely dead last on the list. So you two are locked together. So I do feel like it's like this, yeah? Like Brock Lesnar goes in there. Right behind... Although, yeah, he goes in about there. Although winning heavyweight titles... saving UFC 200. Yeah, I think that's how it's going to go. Yeah. Yeah, I know. That's why I'm like, actually, probably higher than Weidman, man. I can't lie. Ronda Rousey is actually deserving to be higher on the list. Give me an argument, man. Give me an argument. I wouldn't put Brock ahead of her at all because of like the impact that she had on the sport, or because her judoka was so insanely good that she just fucking snapped everyone's arms in front of her. Like, Brock's wrestling was fucking great in MMA. Like, I know the skill set back in the day wasn't there, but Brock's wrestling was fucking good, man. She put women's in the way. Yep. That's true. That's true. That's true. What do you want to do? Have her like this? Or do you want to put her over here? Like this? Maybe like this for now. Maybe something like this. Wow, look at that. Ronda Rousey. Coming up the list, mate. And was also a great judoka. Yeah, I'm with you. Ronda Rousey coming up the list. Look at this shit. Look at what we're bloody doing here, boys. We're making it. Wow, it's starting to come together. It's looking good. It's looking good and fucked up her competition. The thing is, yeah, like when she did start to come into well-rounded fighters, that is when she completely fell off a brick. So, like, her legacy does put her high up the list. You are right. And her judoka was great. That is true. But you can't, like, in all honesty, stick her here. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to put Ronda Rousey ahead of Robbie Lawler? You know? You're going to put Ronda Rousey ahead of Robbie Lawler? Whittaker and Henry Cejudo belong in the 19th. Yeah, they need to drop out. We'll see as it fills out. If Rousey was in her prime today, she's not even getting close to that belt. I get it. And that's why I'm like, her legacy definitely, like, Mo's right, man. Like, her legacy does give her a lot of lift up the list. A lot of lift. I don't know if it's, like, past these blokes, but it does get her, like, up the list, you know what I mean? Does get her up there, on it. Now, since we're talking women, to be fair, Ronda Rousey is the second most entertaining of all time women's MMA fighter, just behind, what kind of tier list is this? This is it. This is the list. This is the GOAT list, not the AM bro. As we sit around waiting hours for George Masvidal versus Nate Diaz. This is the list. So yeah, dude. This is what we're doing. Check it out. Now, if we're talking GOATs. Amanda Nunes. Now, you want to talk like serious fucking GOAT talk? You want to talk serious fucking GOAT talk? Amanda Nunes. Now, Rousey gets a lot of credit for helping bring women into this sport. Ronda wasn't entertaining. She was fed cans until she finally faced adversity and got dominated. I agree, not the AM, bro. That's why I had a hard time, like, trying to justify, you know, putting her next to TJ Dillashaw and Tyron Woodley. But she did inspire an entire gender and bring women into the sport. Just above Ronda Rousey. Now, Nunes is going above Rousey. But here's the thing, right? Compared to her level of competition, I don't know if she's above Shamrock. Amanda Nunes beat every champion in her division. She beat Cyborg, who was so much bigger than her. She had wrestling. She had striking. She is about as good as a WMMA fighter can get without being a Kayla Harrison, Chris Cyborg like monster. Like, you're almost to the stage where, like, when you're looking at Kayla Harrison and Chris Cyborg, you really should be talking about, like, putting them in there against Sean O'Malley, Aljamain Sterling, you know, like Benavidez, like small men, because they're just so much bigger than the rest of the field around them. But if you're looking at this as like a fair playing field, a fair scale, then Amanda Nunes is probably about as perfect as a women's martial artist can be. And not only that, she did remain absolutely dominant. Now, I will take off some points on Amanda Nunes Nunes' legacy, because the second belt that she did win was like propped up underneath her for years. I don't think she ever defended that belt. I think she just held it for 2.5 years as a marketing tool. Like, there literally were no women in that 145-pound division. It was a completely empty belt. So they slapped a second belt on her to fight Cyborg, and then kept the second belt on her for her entire UFC run as a good on you, mate. Nunes has a better career than Powhatan. She does. Nunes does have a better career than Powhatan. I would go as far to say... Fuck, I really got to think about this. I got to really... Hang on a second. I would go as far as to be the first one in. to the GOAT list. Straight up. Straight up. After everything that she has done, how dominant she was, the fact that she is about as good as a female fighter can be against fair and even competition, I do believe that she might be the first person to make it into the actual top 10 of the best fighters of all time. Yeah. Yeah. Legacy and her skill in her division amongst her peers, in her, like, in like, the pool of athletes that she could compete in, plus, like, I bet she inspired just as many young women as Ronda Rousey did. Yeah. She's going to get knocked out of the top 10 so fast. She's hanging on by a thread. She's hanging on by a thread. Juliana Pena was a world champion, and it's Nunes' fault. Yeah, that's true. But she literally did just stop trying. Like, she did just stop trying. Like, if we're gonna, like, bring that point up when we talk about Weidman, yeah, she did stop trying, right? She isn't above Ngannou, but below Chuck and Leon. So you think, like, she's over here? You'd put her over here, Toad, around the 25th? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. She did so much for the sport. So much for the sport. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like that's a good spot to have her. To be honest, I do think she is the first one to make it into the top 10 GOATs. Amanda Nunes. She's got to go on the list, man. She was fucking dominant for years and years and years. Dominant. Has to go on the list. Has to go on the list. Absolutely has to go on the list. Top 10? We'll see. We'll see. Alright, who's next up on the list? Yeah, let's go. Let's have some fun. Dustin Poirier. Where do you put him on the GOAT list, fighters of all time? Now, certainly a fan favorite. Certainly a fan favorite. Beloved by the fan base. However, never touched a belt that wasn't an interim belt. I'm off the top of my head, I can't think of anyone who's gotten so many attempts at being able to win a belt and failed so many times. Maybe Chael Sonnen? Yeah. Very hard to, really, where do you put Dustin Poirier? Brilliant fighter. Incredible resume. Just an incredible resume. But still lost to Oliveira. It's not just Dagestani wrestlers. He is almost like a big moments guy. Sort of sinks him. The bigger the moment, the harder the fall. Colby, we'll do Colby. Remember when Ronda fought Nunes and all the promos were surrounded around Ronda even though Nunes was the champ? Yeah, it was all just like Ronda's back, Ronda's back, Ronda's back. It's because Ronda Rousey was the money puller. True. Dustin Poirier. This is going to hurt, man, because he was a interim champ, right? But fuck, it means that, fuck. Yeah. But I'm thinking over here. Colby is in top 50, I was just saying. She got as many. Oh, right. Yep. Just off the resume, he's higher than Tyron Woodley. Yeah, but Tyron Woodley really fucking had a lot of defenses. I guess, is he higher than Tyron Woodley? The division was a lot harder. His division was a lot harder. So is he here? Is Dustin Poirier over here? Or is that too much of my favoritism? My fan favoritism? Yeah, I think we're going to put Dustin Poirier around the mid-20s. you do have to count the losses when it comes to the GOAT status. I do think you do. Yeah, I do think you do. Like, this isn't just like, we can't just fluff over the losses and pretend like they don't matter. So yeah, you absolutely have to. Yeah, you absolutely have to. In my opinion, favoritism can come into this. It is a combination of everything as well. He is a fan favorite, which helps his case. Woodley wasn't even nearly as beloved as Dustin Poirier. That is true. Woodley was well hated by a lot of the fans for a long time, and kind of deserves it, you know. He was a real prick on the microphone. I don't know, like, he's one of those people that actively, like, wanted the fans to not like him. Really, really unpopular guy. True. Aljamain Sterling. Controversial, I think. I think this is going to be controversial. Has a sick resume. He's not high, in your opinion. Has a sick resume. Like, one of the best bantamweights of all time. One of the best bantamweights of all time. He did have questionable wins. I know. That's why I was like, this one's going to be controversial. I agree. It is sketchy. I know. Real sketchy, right? Let's talk about him. Let's go through him, right? Fucking Petr Yan. Won the belt off Petr Yan via being a soccer player. Being a coward. But did win the belt. Then went to fight Petr Yan again. Top 3 bantamweight. But it is, I know, I appreciate, guys, I get it. But, like, it is what it is. Half of them don't count and the other are split decisions. He cleanly beat Petr Yan. Now, it was a split decision. But he did win against Petr Yan. Like, it was a clean win. The Henry Cejudo one. I think I kind of gave it to Henry, but on a given day with a given judge, you could see it going both ways. It is a very 50-50 one. He's fucking damn good. He's beat Corey Sandhagen, beat Munoz. He's got a damn good list. Mo, are you happy with Poirier at 25? Dougie was thinking behind Woodley. Give him low 20s. Give him the low 20s. Okay, so if he's the low 20s, is he ahead of Dustin Poirier? Is he ahead of Dustin Poirier? Is he ahead of Francis Ngannou? Right? Actually has title defenses on paper. Now, they are sketchy as fuck title defenses, but he does have title defenses on paper. This hurts. It hurts me too, man. I'm not a fan of Aljamain Sterling. It hurts me too. I get it. But we gotta, like, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, he is where he is. Like, I do believe subbing Sandhagen in a minute is as good as a title win. Yep. Put Aljo ahead of Francis. I know. But it is. He deserves to be there. And I bet if you asked him, he thinks he should probably be in here. You know what I mean? Liddell. Does he go ahead of Liddell? Is it like this? Oh, I don't know if I can put him ahead of Chuck Liddell. I don't know if I can put him ahead of Liddell. That's too much. Is that too much? That feels like it's too much. Like, yeah. I think that's where Aljamain Sterling belongs. Alright. Compare Chuck Liddell and Aljamain's resume. I bet it'll be completely different. Why is Leon so high? Clean fucking wins. Dominant wins. Like, what is it? 9 in a row? 10 in a row? Dominant wins. Good names. Why? Where do you think Leon Edwards should go? Not the AM, bro. Let me know. Down in the chat, man. Put it in there. Talk to me, bro. Talk to me. Now, another controversial one, but I don't give a fuck. He shouldn't be on the list. He absolutely should be on the list. One of the smartest fighters of all time. I hate him. Yep. Leon Edwards should absolutely be on the list. Absolutely, he should be on the list. He beat, like, fucking Kamaru Usman cleanly in their third fight. Has a win over Bilal Muhammad on paper. The first round was a clean win, I think, for Leon Edwards on paper. Been undefeated for a long fucking time. He absolutely should be one of the top 50 fighters of all time. Here we go. Fan favorite for me. I cannot make this list without putting him somewhere on the list. I love him. I love his career. He is a fucking old dog. Never touched a belt. Failed in big moments. But Donald Cowboy Cerrone. For me. Leon was getting dominated in the first fight against Usman and got a lucky KO. Usman, you mean the first title fight? Usman was clearly hurt in the second fight. I mean, Usman tried to wrestle fuck him for as much as he could. Leon just ended up cheating a little bit more and getting the win. He does belong up there. He has got the win. It's like Aljamain Sterling. He has got the win. Yes, Justin James. Yes, I love it. He is just someone that has got to be on the list. He has to be on the list, but you cannot put him high on the list. So, to me, Cowboy Cerrone, ends up right here in that top 41 to 50 because he is just such an old school fan favorite GOAT. That is 100% bias, but I do think, fan favorite and fight style, fun, exciting fights, do put you on the GOAT list, even if you are low on the GOAT list. So if we move everybody down, I think Donald Cerrone. The reason that the trilogy was more dominant was because Leon did the fight at elevation. If you want Leon on the list, put him at the bottom. I feel like Not the AM Bro really fucking hates Leon Edwards. Well, let's see if he moves down the list as we build it up, mate. Let's see if he moves down the list as we build it up. Donald Cerrone. So what do we got? 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. Ooh. Leon beats your favorite fighter. Yeah, that's the problem with him, isn't it? Leon beats your favorite fighter. This one's going to hurt. This one's going to hurt. This one is going to hurt. We're not going to enjoy this one at all, boys. We're about to do something, boys, and we're not going to enjoy it. Alright, this is going to really... I want everyone to put some lube on. Bite a pillow. Really focus in. Because this one's going to be painful. I'm going to put this one in on the list, and it's going to be painful. But it is what it is, and quite frankly, it's got to be done. Okay, he is a top 50 fighter of all time. We love him, but he's fucking ruined his legacy. He's hurt us. Here we go. Here we go, I'm putting it in now. Oh, yeah, that hurts. That hurts. That's painful. That is painful. Oh, that doesn't feel good. Okay. It's in. Tony Ferguson. I'm lubed. Be lubed, Justin James. I don't believe the narrative that no one wanted to fight Leon. Yeah, I mean, remember, it was around that era of the world being shut down because of the sniffles. So yeah, there was a bit of that going on. I always want Leon to lose, but I want his opponent to lose more. Ouch! Cerrone is better than Tony. Oh! James, you're hurting me. Tony Ferguson. One of the craziest, most entertaining runs in our sports history. And almost in the exact same flipping of the coin. One of the craziest, wildest... Let me move this. One of the craziest and wildest downfalls in our sports history as well. Do you think anyone would even briefly like Leon if it wasn't his coach, if it wasn't for his coach, no, like he does no interviews. He does nothing to get his name out there. No one would like him. He lost to Petty Pimlet. Tony's claim to fame was being known as the guy who had a chance of beating Khabib. Not just that, James. Not just that, but Tony's interview style is like just so memeable forever. Tony outside of the cage is just as interesting as Tony inside of the cage. Now, Tony, much like Dustin Poirier, is a massive fan favorite and touched an interim belt. However, unlike Dustin Poirier, Tony Ferguson has gone on to have not just one of the best winning streaks in UFC history, but equally one of the greatest losing streaks ever. I've never really been a Tony fan though, so I never really cared. Wow, I'm genuinely surprised to hear that. So, I feel like Dustin Poirier is sort of the high watermark for Tony Ferguson, right? They both held interim titles. They're both fan favorites, yet Tony Ferguson ruined his fucking career. And it might be harder to put Tony Ferguson, and I hate to say this, I did warn that it was going to hurt. It might be harder to put Tony Ferguson at a level any higher than Ronda Rousey. I know. It might be hard. It might be harder to put him any higher than Ronda Rousey, and it does hurt me. It really does hurt me in here. But I knew the second the name popped into my head, I was like, we have to do this. This has to be done. It is what it is. It is what it is. Let's move on. And start to fill out the bottom section of the list. Frankie Edgar. Tony going to extend his losing streak to 8. I know, right? Tony should get cut, but people wanting to see Tony finally get a win sells so much. That is exactly what it is, isn't it? That is exactly what it is. But then, like, they want to see him finally get a win, but then they go and put him in there against someone like fucking Michael Chiesa. Like, why do you do this to us? We just want to see Tony get a win. Frankie Edgar. Underneath Bas Rutten, for real. I mean, I was going to chuck him in here to fill out this last section. So what do we got? 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. I was going to chuck Frankie Edgar down here to help. Like, he deserves to be on the list, but he's definitely, like, filling out this bottom section. Miguel, what's up, brother? I'd have him higher than Vitor. You know what's going on, bro. We've been doing this for hours, mate. You were here at the very start of the stream. I'd have him higher than Vitor. I'd chuck him down here somewhere. Ferguson number 1, unfortunately not. And it did hurt. That's where I think Frankie Edgar fills in. So, what do we got? We need one more person to make it onto the very bottom of the top 50 list. One more person. Give me a name, guys. Anywhere in your MMA back knowledge that you would go and start to chuck in down the bottom of the list. And let's finish up the 40 to 50s, because I believe we need one more name. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh no, yeah, that's 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49. Yeah. We need one more. Ferguson, put Leon at the bottom of the list. You're welcome. No. Okay, you guys might not have a name, so I will refer back to Tapology. I think you should start filling it up from the top to the bottom, because you can gradually push people down, except Alex, of course. Or are we fighting now? Pushing down is easier than pushing up. I mean, it's sort of the same. Like, it's, you know what I mean? It's easy to pull across. I actually like filling out the bottom a little bit more, and then we can start going from the top down. I think, like, we've actually filled out the bottom pretty well, so maybe we'll start to do the top, and yeah, like, meet somewhere in the middle. Tito Ortiz, our boy. our MMA's special little guy. So I'll let you know straight up. Tapology have got Tito Ortiz at 32, which would put him... No, Dougie, because what will happen is you will start to add people and some will be completely pushed out from the bottom side. Okay, alright. I don't get the justification to have Leon Edwards that high. We have Leon Edwards that high because he's fucking, like, long-ass run as undefeated, winning the belt, defending the belt against Kamaru Usman. I mean, he's only in the top 20. He's not that high. You know what I mean? He's in the mid-range. And he could probably slide a lot. I mean, we started off by having Leon Edwards at about 25. So he's slowly moved up. Tino is the greatest of all time. Tito is the GOAT. So, where was I? Right. Where was I? Tito Ortiz coming in at 32. If you're getting that Nate Diaz did not almost finish Leon. Oh my god, you're a fucking Nate Diaz nut hugger. Nate Diaz landed one good shot on Leon while Leon wasn't paying attention. A classic Nate Diaz move. Remember when Jones beat Woman Alone? That made Jesus, Miguel. Fucking hell. Tito Ortiz. A step behind Tyron Woodley. A step behind Tyron Woodley. And Leon was running away for an entire minute. You're going to say that? You're going to say that after that Nate Diaz fight? When Nate Diaz literally started employing his new favorite move ever since then, which is to run away from the opponent, slapping his ass, not engaging in a fight, and then call himself a gangster. You're really going to say Leon ran away for 1 minute when Nate Diaz runs away for an entire fucking fight? I am, bro. Really, man. Interesting take, dude. Interesting take, man. If Nate wasn't low IQ, he would have finished. If Nate wasn't low IQ, he would have engaged in the fight. And Leon Edwards would have been forced to piece him up from the outside earlier in that 18 minutes. Nate Diaz didn't take that fight seriously at all. Nate Diaz hasn't taken a fight seriously since he lost to Masvidal for the BMF title. I put Nate above Leon. You want to put Nate Diaz on the list? Nate Diaz is going to be low on the fucking list, man. At least, like, Tony and Dustin have fucking touched an interim belt, right? Nate Diaz made up his own fucking belt, the BMF belt, and couldn't even win that. Like, Nate Diaz couldn't even win his own fucking belt, man. No, I just want Leon moved all the way to the bottom. Like, Nate Diaz, literally, you know the perfect spot for Nate Diaz is right there, between Tony Ferguson and fucking Donald Cerrone. But I guess he did beat Tony Ferguson, so... No. He did. He did beat Tony Ferguson. So I guess Nate Diaz can go there. Bruh. All Nate Diaz has done is go 1-1 against McGregor. I know. That's all he's done. So, but just because he beat Prime... Yeah, but it wasn't at the right weight class. It was not at the right weight class at all. But his fan base is fucking crazy. And fan base does have an impact to the sport. So it does get you on the GOAT list. It does get you on the GOAT list. Oh. Whoa, the list is filling up. Oh, it's filling up. Oh, mate. It's getting spicy now. It's getting spicy. I think you guys were right. We got to start filling in somewhere around the top of the list, right? We got to get around to the top somewhere. Fucking hell, it's getting really, really full. Really full. Where are we at? There we are. Woo! Shit. Still beat him. How does Jocelyn Edwards look identical to Leon? He's just got that soft face. That soft, pretty face. Okay, let's start working in somewhere in the top of the list. Let's start working in somewhere in the top of the list. How you have fought recently, how much is that going to affect your legacy? Ladies and gentlemen, Dominic Cruz. Dominic Cruz. I'm not going to lie. I want to start talking about him being in the 20s to 30s, higher than Leon Edwards. I could see him starting to get into this area of the rankings. Maybe even a little bit higher. Maybe even a little bit higher. Maybe in the 17, 18, 16 range. Around here. Dominic Cruz, WEC champion, UFC champion, fought off all comers until Cody Garbrandt came along and showed that age really was a thing. Hasn't been able to come back since then. Tried to fight the best. Got slept by Chito Vera, which is kind of wild. Chito is someone who does a lot of accumulative damage. Not a lot of hard damage. Yeah. Dominic Cruz. He's in this area. I'd put him at the end of 20. Yeah, Dominic Cruz is in this area. Above Leon, yes. But a step away. Yeah. Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Let's keep going with the harder ones to pin. Charles Oliveira won the hardest title in the UFC. The UFC lightweight title. Clean. As well. Didn't beat one of the Dagestanis, which for the last 10 years has sort of proven that if you are going to be a lightweight champion, you need to beat one of the Dagestanis. But did beat Michael Chandler in a fucking hell of a fight for the title and defended really fucking successfully against Dustin Poirier. Had a kind of iffy start to his career in the UFC, but fuck, man, when he found that swing, right? Look at this, yeah? Look at this, right? Kevin Lee, Tony Ferguson, Michael Chandler, Dustin Poirier, Justin Gaethje, Beneil Dariush, kind of won against Arman Tsarukyan. I can't speak on this one. I hate Charles Oliveira with a passion. His fan base ruined his entire career for me. Yeah, I get that. Especially when they're like still claiming that the champ has a name and the name is Charles Oliveira. You can't put him ahead of Dominic Cruz. I don't feel like you can put him ahead of Dominic Cruz. But you can put him ahead of Leon Edwards. You know what I mean? Like, I do think he sort of sits there. Charles is higher than Whittaker. Yeah, Charles is higher than Whittaker. And Dominic Cruz. Yeah. Fuck. Robert Whittaker's going to fall off my list so much. Fuck. How many title defenses does Dominic Cruz have? That's a great question. A lot. WEC as well. A fucking lot, man. A lot. A lot. Yeah. I think Charles Oliveira is going to go above Leon Edwards, but he does have to fall behind. Fuck, Whittaker's got to go behind Oliveira. Fuck, Whittaker. You're really going to fall off this list hard, man. And it's going to break my heart when I have to do it to you. But he's got more. So, Mo, I mean, to your point, he's got more total title defenses than Alex Pereira, to be fair. He's got more title defenses than Alex Pereira. Like, Alex Pereira has 2 title defenses, you know? So, to be fair, Mo, like, Dominic Cruz sort of goes well above Alex Pereira, doesn't he? So, it's kind of like that. Islam Makhachev, top 10. We'll bloody get to that. We'll bloody get to that. Don't even worry about that. But, I mean, Alex Pereira has had a pretty good run lately. Like, I think it's a lot of recency bias. Alex beaten 5 former champions. Yeah, that's true. That is true. In his fights, that is true. But, you know, it's like title defenses. Like, you could say that because they were washed. Like, if you're talking about 5 former champions, like, where are you going to put Bilal Muhammad? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I get what he's saying. It's kind of a bit like that. Speaking of Bilal Muhammad, where are you going to put Bilal Muhammad? Cruz is above Alex. I get it. Like, it is sort of like defenses versus former champions. Like, they're former champions because they're former champions. They're at the end of their run. Also, like, Jamal Hill as a champion has a bit of an asterisk because, like, he was sort of a faded champion. He was a washed champion. He never really should have been a champion. Like, he was in there because of the draw against Glover Teixeira, who was 1 foot out the door. The Jamal Hill one has surely got a asterisk next to it, right? He did beat Jan clean. That's true. Yeah, exactly. Like, does that make Valentina Shevchenko above everyone? That's a good point. That is a good point. Dominic Cruz. Ooh, fuck, he's high up on the list, isn't he? He is fucking high up on the list. Alex Pereira is sort of like that high watermark, isn't it? You know? Alright, chat. We're going to leave it to you. He's not that high. Alex blasted Strickland too. Dominic Cruz goes high behind Alex, respectively. Cruz loses comfortably to everyone in the top 20 right now if it's the same weight set and skill set. Now he does. That's true. Like, and I guess how you have treated your career since your peak does affect your legacy. It really does. Like, Tony could have been up here behind Dustin, but instead he now finds himself behind Nate Diaz. So I like that point, James. Like, how you defend your spot on the legacy list, really. Like, when you know that your career is done, how do you defend that spot on the legacy list? Do you choose to sit out and keep taking losses until you become Tony Ferguson? Or are you a bit of a, Khabib, where you step out, GSP, you step out at, like, the exact right time? That's a good fucking point, man. That is a good fucking point. How many people are here in the stream? Let's try and give this one as much time as it needs. How many people are here in the stream? There's only 6 people here. Fair enough. It's a Sunday. It's the big day of everyone streaming. How many people have actually voted? Let's have a look. They're all voting Alex Pereira 100%. 3 votes out of 6 is pretty good. And they're all saying who is higher on the GOAT list. It is Alex Pereira. All right, chat. Fair enough. Alex Pereira has defended his spot high up on the GOAT list. Well done, Mo. Well done. Alex Pereira has had his first successful spot defense on the GOAT list. Good work. Claps for Mo in chat. Cruz lost to Garbrandt. I know. I get it. The way you lose your standing, I totally get it, man. I get it. Oh, my back. Whew. How long have we been streaming for? 2.5 hours. Yeah, I feel like I have like 2.5 hours stream lag when I stream for fucking long streams, especially ones like this where it's like very interactive. I'm not just like hanging out watching the fights. Okay, let's press on. Somewhere up higher on the list. Let's keep going. I liked that one. That was a good round, and well done to Alex Pereira. Shall we start to fill in the top 10 a little bit more? Shall we start to fill in the top 10 a little bit more, or should we keep working our way through 11 and 20? What do you reckon, guys? Let me know in the chat. Which one do you want to tackle next? Someone in the top 10? One of the goats? Or should we do somewhere in the 11 to 20 range? Put it in there in the chat, because I got a list in front of me. So put it in there in the chat. What do you want to do next? Who do you want to tackle next? I've got someone in mind to tackle next, but I'm happy to hear your feedback. You want to do Aldo? All right. I was literally just staring at Aldo's name. I was literally just staring at Aldo. Okay. Jose Aldo. One of the GOATs. Straight up, one of the GOATs. One of the fucking longest careers in MMA history. WEC champ. UFC champ. Retired from the UFC. Left to go and do boxing. Came back from boxing back into the UFC to do the classic move of you gotta fight a new young up-and-comer. Fought a new young up-and-comer. Won. Has fought Conor McGregor. Has fought Max Holloway. Has fought fucking Alexander Volkanovski. Fucking fought Merab Dvalishvili. He's fought fucking everybody. And he still can beat up young contenders. He has not fallen all the way down the list. Jose Aldo is in most people's top 10. And he is in my top 10 as well. Jose Aldo is absolutely in my top 10. Somewhere around here. Somewhere around here in my top 10. But Jose Aldo 100% deserves to be in, I think, everybody's fucking top 10. To be honest with you. Jose Aldo absolutely deserves to be in everybody's top 10. But, speaking of Jose Aldo, let's fucking do it. Max Holloway. Max Holloway. Had a lot of losses to Alexander Volkanovski. But did beat Jose Aldo and has come back to clean up. Has a loss to Conor McGregor. Has come back to have a win against Gaethje. Is the BMF champ. Fought for the lightweight strap. Fought for the fucking featherweight strap so many times. Volk is his kryptonite. That is so true. It's amazing how Volk can be his kryptonite. Lost to Dustin Poirier. Lost to Volkanovski. Yep. Lost to McGregor. Lost to Bermundos. But has wins over Andre Philly. Fucking Cub Swanson. Charles Oliveira. Ricardo Lamos. Anthony Pettis. Jose Aldo. He's fucking crazy. Now, you want to talk about Alex Pereira, right? Having wins over former champions. He has got a win over. He has got a win over Pettis. Aldo. Fucking Gaethje, interim champ. He's fucking nuts, man. He's nuts. This is the thing when you start to get into the real top of the list and you want to keep Alex Pereira there because he has got wins over former champs. Like, So does Max fucking Holloway, man. So does Max fucking Holloway. Like, you really want to say that... I mean, Izzy has got a clean win over Pereira, but I guess losing to Volk. You name the same amount of champs, but the quality of the champs. Let's be real. You want to be real? The quality of the champs. Like, Jamal Hill is a shit quality champ. Yuri Prohaska is a shit quality champ. Oliveira is a fucking good quality champ. Although Stipe is a good quality champ as well. Quality Cub Swanson. Cub Swanson was not a champ. Cub Swanson was not a champ. We're talking champs. Conor McGregor? No, he lost to Conor. He lost to Conor. And Gaethje. And Gaethje, to be fair. Gaethje did touch a belt. Alex Pereira is going to be working so fucking hard to keep that spot at the top of the 11 to 20. He is going to be working so fucking hard to keep that spot. But Gaethje but Gaethje touched half the belt. No, he's keeping it. Man, he's going to work so fucking hard to keep that spot. He's going to fight so fucking hard to keep that spot. Is Max Holloway better on the GOAT list than Dominic Cruz? 4 losses to Volkanovski. Losing to McGregor. Losing to Poirier. Hasn't won the belt back. Was dominant though. And a dominant contender. At least when he loses, he can stay dominant. When Dominic Cruz loses, he falls off the list completely. So how well do you handle your losses? Oh. Max is above the fraud Cruz. I'm still waiting for you to move Leon to the bottom. You can't push Max above by your logic if you make Max top 10. You got to make Alex a top 10 for those reasons. I know, it's hard. It's really hard. How's our top 20 going? Oh my god, this list is going to kill me. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We're running out of spots. You know who else is going to be fighting really fucking hard to keep their spots? Get Nunes out of the top 10? No, mate. We can't do that. We can't get Nunes out of the top 10. She deserves to be in there. You know who else is going to be fighting really fucking hard to keep their spot as this list grows? Robert Whittaker. Robert Whittaker is going to be fucking clinging onto life support by the time we start to get through this list. Robert Whittaker is going to be like... I'm going to keep him up there for as long as I justifiably can. Oh man. This list is going to fucking kill me. This list is going to... Now I know why no one else has tried to do a live list of the top 50 MMA fighters of all time. It's hard work, man. It's fucking hard work, boys. I'll tell you what. Jesus fucking Christ. Alright, let's play on. Let's play on. Where do we go next? Where do we go next? You know what? Since we've done Alex Pereira so much, let's do him. Let's do the rivalry. Shall we? Shall we get the rivalry out of the way? Maybe we should get the rivalry out of the way. Israel Adesanya. Israel Adesanya. The next fighter up for discussion on the list. I gotta start to do this, I think, because the list is starting to get really packed out. So, what the fuck is that, Emmett? It's Izzy. This is Izzy. Israel Adesanya. Okay, so Israel Adesanya. Where are we going to put him on the list? Oof. Now, a win is a win is a win. We played the same game with Aljamain Sterling, so surely we have to play the same game and be fair for Israel Adesanya. Israel Adesanya, 13-3 in the UFC on paper, right? Not in the top 20. Interesting take. Very interesting take. Has wins over Brad Tavares. Nah. Hasn't aged well. Marvin Vettori. Nah. Hasn't aged that well. 2 wins over Marvin Vettori. Paulo Costa has aged adequately well. Yoel Romero. Robert Whittaker. Anderson Silva. You think he's better than Whittaker? Have you done Bryce Mitchell yet? We got to do Bryce Mitchell. We have to do Bryce Mitchell. Do you think he's better than Robert Whittaker? I do not think his skills are better than Robert Whittaker. But he has got 2 wins over Whittaker. It is what it is, or what it is. I think Israel Adesanya needs to go in that. Jesus. Where do we put him? I know, Toad. I know. Toad says Izzy has been 1 win, 1 loss fighter throughout his entire title reign. He lost to Yoel and Rob. But Izzy is a fraud with robbery wins over, say, Yoel Romero. I know. But he has got them. Like, Aljo's got the wins. But we didn't put Aljo that high. And Aljo is one of the best bantamweights ever. So, do we do this? Israel Adesanya goes here. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Is that where we put Israel Adesanya? What do we think about that? No? No. No? How is Dustin Poirier above Ronda Rousey? Just MMA skill set overall. Fan love. Longevity in the sport. Resume, Jake? Resume? Yeah, quite a few reasons, to be honest. Quite a few reasons, I could say. Like, Ronda Rousey is a great judoka, but kind of shit MMA fighter. Brilliant judoka, and did a lot for the sport. Did a fucking lot for the sport. So, that is why she is where she is, Jake. But thanks for jumping in and saying hi, man. I appreciate it. You guys got links over here. Yeah, check them out on the YouTube channel, mate. So, yeah. Izzy, 21st fighter. Kayla Harrison would mog Ronda Rousey in a judo match. That's true, mate. That is fucking true. That's so true. Yeah, I feel like Izzy's going there in the top 20. The top of the top 20. 1 step behind Robert Whittaker. And I know the Izzy fans are going to, like, fucking flip out about that. Because a win is a win is a win, right? But what are you going to do? It is what it is. Chuck Liddell? Yeah, he's right there. Where have we got him at? 21, 22, 23. Right there. 23 on the top 50 best MMA fighters of all time. I was thinking Stipe. We're going to get to Stipe. Yeah, I was actually, I was just considering when to bring Stipe in. I was just thinking that in my little quiet moment. When do you bring Stipe Miocic into the list? I think now is probably a good enough time as any, since someone mentioned him. Stipe Miocic. Stipe Miocic, the greatest heavyweight of all time. See, there is a point at this list where like, resume is going to do a lot of work for you over skill set and also over, like, names below you. You know what I mean? Resume is going to do a lot of the heavy lifting. And just the fact that Stipe is the greatest heavyweight of all time does put him pretty high up the list. And also, he has got a win over someone else that I would consider a GOAT, which is Daniel Cormier. You know, Daniel Cormier is... So maybe naturally we go from Stipe to Daniel Cormier. Daniel Cormier is next, double champ. Yeah, I was literally like, yeah, that is a great segue. But fuck, like... Oh, got a win over Werdum. Got a win over Overeem. Got a win over JDS. Francis Ngannou. 2 wins over Daniel Cormier. And I do want to point this out as well. He's in a division that is classically known as being a dog shit division, but he does show a great, well-rounded skill set for MMA. So in the Ronda Rousey case, where Ronda Rousey just carries a lot of weight because of what she did for the sport, Stipe carries a lot of weight because he is the greatest heavyweight of all time. But on top of that, actually knows, like, boxing, wrestling, like, knows a decent amount of MMA as well. So, do you put him into your top 10 of all time? To me, Stipe does get to go into that top 10 conversation. Stipe does get to go into that top 10 conversation. And we are now starting to look at having 3 fighters already in the top 10. Three fighters are already in the top 10. So that top 10 is starting to fill out already. This is going to have to be a spicy fucking list. A spicy fucking list. It makes it hard for me to want to bring up... Where are we going to go next? Let's do this next before we get any further. Kamaru Usman. People get very, like... iffy talking about Kamaru Usman. Very iffy talking about Kamaru Usman. Because of his title run, right? His title run was kind of like... on paper, it's brilliant. On paper, he's a dominant force. You know, they say he cleared out the division. You were just going to say Usman? Yeah. They say he cleared out a division. I mean, he fought Colby Covington twice. I guess in the second one, you could argue that Colby won that fight on paper. Masvidal... Masvidal did not deserve to fight for a belt twice, so you can tick one of them off the list. And then, of course, you've got Gilbert Burns. So really, to me, it's like 2 really good defenses against Colby and Masvidal. 2 solid defenses against Colby and Masvidal. 2 solid defenses against Colby twice. 2 really solid defenses. Masvidal, I'm like, why are you fighting Masvidal? You know, yeah, the first one was on 10 days notice. The second one was like, you're only getting a shot because of your star power. So like the 2 Masvidal defenses, I kind of like, it's very hard for me to count them. It is really, to be honest, it's really hard for me to count the 2 Masvidal defenses. I don't rate them that highly. And then Gilbert Burns shat the bed. Like, Gilbert Burns was like so nervous, and the moment was so big for him that he was crying as he walked out. 2019 Fighter of the Year, 4 knockouts and a BMF winner. Yeah, but it was short notice. Like, it was short notice, man. Yeah, the 4 knockouts. Yeah, I get it. I don't know. I guess because I see Masvidal as like such a flash in the pan, I don't hold it with like that high regard. You know? I don't hold it with that high regard. But his run up to the title is fucking dominant. So let's praise Usman a bit. The run up to the title is fucking dominance. It is absolute dominance. And I will back this as well as another, like, shine onto Usman's legacy. He beat Khamzat Chimaev. Or at least drew with Khamzat Chimaev. People just ignore Usman's dominant win over a prime Tyron Woodley, which was his best win. True as well, Toad. True. And that is when Tyron Woodley was still, like, that fucking guy. That fucking guy. The fucking boxer with wrestling. Chimaev is a fraud. To be fair, though, Usman is the one
that stepped up. Woodley was 37. Kamaru Usman is the one that stepped up on 11 days' notice as well. 2 weeks' notice. Popped his kneecap out on the mats while he's wrestling with Justin Gaethje. Got 10-8'd in that first round and still came back and tried to find a win and kept fighting. Like, Usman is almost that Robert Whittaker level of like, fuck, you've been so good for so long. Even with some losses, you have been so good for so long. So good for so long. So, at the end of the day, where do you put Kamaru Usman on the GOAT list? Prime Usman versus a prime Robert Whittaker. Who wins? Whittaker. Whittaker wins. Fucking let's go, Whittaker. Oh, Usman. Where do you put him? Where do you put Kamaru Usman on the GOAT list? Top 10? No. No, he can't be top 10. Lost to Edwards twice? I know. Above Powhatan? Powhatan has defended against great champions. He kind of is above Powhatan though, isn't he? Powhatan. Beat Jamal Hill. Jamal Hill is not a worthy champion. Powhatan beat Jan Blachowicz, great champion. Powhatan's fighting for his spot every time, I tell you. Powhatan's fighting for his spot every fucking time. But Usman beat Colby clean. Colby, though, kind of aged like shit. That win aged like shit. Usman lost to Leon, and Leon lost to... Usman lost to Leon, Alex lost to Izzy. Usman lost to Leon, Alex lost to Izzy. That's true. That is true. Masvidal was on a fucking run, but it was 11 days notice. But then Masvidal got to have a full camp. And Usman beat the fuck out of him. And he beat the fuck out of Burns, and he beat the fuck out of Colby. Even though Colby was so good. He beat Izzy 3 times. Yeah, Alex did, he did. $11, $12, $13, $14, $15, $16, $17. Alright. Fuck it, hell. It's getting tight at the top, boys. It's getting hard to hold on to being a king. I tell you what, boys, it ain't easy over here. Yeah, he is. He's above him. He's 100% above him. Yeah, he's got to be. I tell you what, boys. Where is GSP? GSP's coming, mate. GSP's coming. Don't worry about that. Whoo, shit. Yeah, that's a good one, Jess. Yeah, I will, man. Fuck him. Oh, fuck it, hell. Alright, let's move on with the list, shall we? Woo, fucking hell. It's getting tight at the top. It is getting tight at the top. Let's do Cain Velasquez, huh? Cheweewees! What's up, mate? Let's do Cain Velasquez, an old school fucking GOAT. All the old beanies in the fucking Sugar Sean O'Malley. Sean O'Malley has to go on the list. Cain Velasquez, old school GOAT. I'm looking at Cain Velasquez because I'm thinking our 31 to 40 needs a bit more filling. I'm not going to lie. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. Yeah, I'm feeling like Cain Velasquez can slide in really nicely next to Tito. Can you stop making those weird noises? Thanks. No, mate. It's my stream and I'll bloody do what I want. Cheweewees! Yeah. Cain Velasquez. I like him over here. fill in the list a little bit more. Tasty, tasty, tasty. Nom, 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 nom. Kane is top 5 for killing one? Yeah, bro. That is true, man. To be fair, that is fucking true. Hey Mo, what's up? What's going on? How you been? Welcome back. You think Usman should be in the top 10, at least above Nunes? You think Usman should be in the top 10, at least above... We'll get to Sean O'Malley. Let me move him off the screen. We'll get to Sean O'Malley. I was talking about the Kamaru Usman thing. I was talking... Oh, shit. Sorry, guys. The screen's all fucked up. There we go, guys. Kamaru Usman, right? 2 great wins. Colby Covington twice. George Masvidal, the first one was on 10 days notice, and the second one is, I always find George Masvidal to be quite overrated, to be honest. And the other one is Gilbert Burns, right? Who shat the bed completely when Gilbert Burns went in to fight Usman. That is pretty much the entirety of Kamaru Usman's title run. Now, having said that, he was very, very dominant on the way up. Beat Tyron Woodley when Woodley was 37. And 11 days notice with a bad knee. Got a draw with Khamzat Chimaev. So I think it's very hard for me to put him in the top 10. It's very hard for me to put him in the top 10. Greatest MMA fighters of all time. So I do think he deserves to be at number 11, and that does mean, like, with his longevity in the sport, I do rate him higher than Pereira because he's got those 2 great wins over Colby Covington. Pereira has got a great win over Blackwitz. Yuri's good, but does Yuri rate higher than Gilbert Burns, Colby Covington? I don't know. It feels like the longevity work and the aura and everything that he's brought with him does put him above Pereira. So Pereira has swapped Whittaker for Izzy? No. Whittaker has been dominant for 10 years. Izzy has been win 1, loss 1, win 1, loss 1. It's going to be Robert Whittaker right there. His run was short with injuries, and he beat Brock, who had no stand-up. Yep, Sugar Sean. Not Chewie, the other weird noises you keep making. I feel like I'm listening to you on JRE, and that's not a compliment. Oh, Chewie. Fuck, man. What was I going to say? There's like 1,000 MMA YouTubers today, so you don't have to be here. Anyway, felt longer. Yeah, he's above Pereira. Swap Whittaker for Izzy. Fuck Izzy. Fuck Izzy. At the end of the day, fuck him. I'll put him where I fucking want to put him. Yuri was good before Powercan killed him twice. I'd rather be here. Thanks, Jake. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. I mean, Whittaker is going to lose his spot at some point, isn't he? Izzy's got so many more title defenses. Fuck. Fuck you, Izzy. Fucking hate Izzy so much. Fucking Izzy. Fucking Robert Whittaker. Fucking Izzy. Fucking Robert Whittaker versus fucking Izzy. Fucking hell. Fuck you. Can you move Leon down already? No. Leon deserves to be there. Yeah. This is starting to get together. How does it feel to have your favorite fighter be worse than a dogma? Fuck you, Mo. Fuck you, Mo. You fucking... Why do I put up with you? Why do I put up with you, Mo, you fucking dog? It sucks, man. It sucks. This has been the most painful fucking tier list of my life. Oh, shit. If Bilal dominates Leon, what are you going to do? Oh, man. Leon's going behind Tyrone Woodley. Leon's going behind Tyrone Woodley. All right. Let's press on. Sean O'Malley. What are we going to do with Sean O'Malley? Connor? Yeah, we do have to get to Connor next. Yeah, that is true. It is time to get to Connor. We're getting to that stage of the list. Sean O'Malley, man. Crazy fucking run. But, legacy-wise, what has he done? He's beaten Aljamain Sterling. He got a bit of a robbery decision over Pyotr Yan. His fame is sort of what has given him his title shot. But, having said that, fame is a factor on the GOAT list. Fame is a factor on the GOAT list, but I don't know how high fame gets you. Title defenses, one against Chito Vera. The title defense against Chito Vera was absolutely dominant. It was absolutely dominant. But Chito Vera did not deserve to be fighting for the title over Sandhagen or Merab Dvalishvili. So Sean O'Malley pretty much has a whole ton of asterisks next to his name, mixed with a bit of fame and a bit of hype and looking good on TikTok. So, fucking Sean O'Malley's legacy is actually kind of... I'm going to bed. Good night, good night, good night. You're not going to stay up for Masvidal versus Diaz? Fair enough, Justin James. All good, man. Sean O'Malley's legacy is kind of just, I have some fame and I got gifted a title shot and Aljamain Sterling didn't want to sit and bang with me. You know? 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Fuck Masvidal Diaz? Fair. Real question, how is Nunes top 10 to this day? Utter dominance, being the most capable women's MMA fighter of all time. Touching 2 belts, that does count towards her legacy. The second belt was a bit of a fucking... I mean, it wasn't a gimme, but the fact that she was able to beat Cyborg and have 2 belts is something. Yeah, she just has to be. She has to be. If you're gonna if we're gonna acknowledge women's MMA at all, like Ronda Rousey and Holly Holm, then she has to be up there. Again, legacy, if Ronda Rousey brought in fans to the sport, Amanda Nunes proved to the fans that you can actually be good at MMA, not just judo. She just has to be. It is what it is. Yeah, Sean O'Malley. Do you put him above Tyrone Woodley? Fuck, it's hard, isn't it? Fuck, I feel like I'm giving Sean O'Malley too much credit. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. I feel like I'm giving Sean O'Malley too much credit. I think that's the list. Yeah. He's going there. Yeah, I am, aren't I? I am. I'm looking at it and I'm way too much credit. Way too much credit. Yeah, Mo. I agree with you on that one, man. I'm what am I doing? I'm what the fuck? Sean O'Malley up there? Sean O'Malley above these guys? He's got 1 defense against someone who shouldn't have even fought for the title. He was rushed to the title. Shouldn't even be there. Should be there. The Boogie Woman. Thinking about the JRE podcast? I'm with you. Yes. That feels better. Yes. Good. That feels much, much better. Good. This one is going to piss a lot of people off. But we got to do it. He is in a lot of people's top 10. a lot of people's top 10. He is considered one of the baddest men of all time. It is very interesting where you put him because it really does become a conversation of how much has the game grown and changed since we have been here. It is time that we do it. O'Malley lost to Yan and Vera. I know, but he technically got the win, which is why we have to give Izzy some credit. We have to give Aljamain Sterling some credit. This is a conversation of... I know on paper he beat Yan. I know. Fedor. MMA fighters of all time. Now, Fedor had fucking success for a long fucking time. Now, the qualities of the wins are the problem here. And this really is going to separate the fucking hardcores who respect everything about MMA and the 2019 pandemic UFC fanboys. This one is the hard one, and I've kind of been putting Fedor off because it is such a fucking hard conversation to have. It really is. When you're starting to build an MMA GOATS list, the top 50 best MMA fighters of all time, you do a lot of work talking about, he beat that guy, he beat this guy, he beat that guy. Fedor, he wasn't in the UFC. So it's so hard. You really got to respect all that work outside of it and his longevity. Most of Fedor's wins were just tough guy bodybuilders. I know the skill level. I know. And when you look at oh God. Look at him when he's in Ryzen, right? In 2015. Yeah? 2015, 2016. If you put Fedor in there against Stipe Miocic in 2016, I truly believe Stipe Miocic fucking kills Fedor. Kills him. I really do believe that. But the legacy of everything he did outside of it, I can't put him in the top 10. Fedor has knockout power. He has reign. He has longevity. He's fucking brutal. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. But I do have to put him just outside of the top 10. And a lot of people have him in their top 10. A lot of people do. And I feel like they're kind of like MMA hipsters. People that want to put... He went on a 30 fight win streak. I know. I feel like MMA hipsters... This is the line to me, right? They want to MMA hipsters want him to be in their top 10 because it's oh, you only know UFC. But when you look at him outside of the UFC, he is just fighting sacks of potatoes. But he's fighting sacks of potatoes for fucking years and years and years. Kroprov, Nogueira were good wins, but Hunt was just fat. Yep. Randleman was on the roids, didn't have good skill. I know, Toad, I know. When you look at the skill levels of it, do you know how many fights a year that is? It's fucking crazy, isn't it, Mo? It's fucking crazy. To me, it would be disgusting to not have Fedor anywhere below the top 20. It would be fucking disgusting. But it would be not right to put him in the top 10 MMA fighters of all time. Because the skill level... I understand how long he fought for, how dominant he was, how many fights he had. So I've got to put him just there. I do. I feel like that's a good place for Fedor. And I was fucking... I was dreading bringing Fedor up. I was dreading it. I'm for so long. I was just don't mention him. But you have to mention him. At some point, you have got to mention Fedor. You've got to mention him. So there, it's done. You also hate Alex. I don't hate Alex. Pride had the best heavyweight division at the time because they allowed roids. Krokop was pretty good. I haven't been looking at his Tapology. Royce Gracie or no. Gracie's here, man. Gracie's on the list. Oh, you can't see him from where I got him. Hang on. Gracie's on the list. There he is. Right there. That's Gracie down there. Just going, how you going? He's a lot of win. I know, Mo. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I was bringing up, dude. Like, like the quality of competition is dog shit. This is my problem with Fedor. The quality of competition is absolutely dog shit. Absolutely dog shit. And MMA hardcores are going to pretend like it isn't because they know about Fedor. Like, they're going to put it like... It's MMA hipster talk to put Fedor in the top 10. But when you look at the quality of fights that he was in, he was just fighting like sacks of potatoes on a swing. That's the quality of his competition. If not behind Dominic Cruz, is he behind Max or Rocco? Fuck it, put him in top tier. Put him at the top tier where Whitaker is. No, I can't. See, this is the thing. I can't put him outside of the top 20. I can't put him outside of the top 20. He's got to be in there somewhere. You can? Well, I can't. Like, I've got to respect how long and how dangerous he was, even against, you know, a bag filled with potatoes tied to a rope, swinging back and forwards in the middle of the Bellator cage. Rockhold beat Weidman. Rockhold did beat Weidman. Bro, no one in that top 20 is worse than So, alright. Do we put him over here? Like this? Do we do this? You've done so well, Mo, keeping Alex Pereira as high as you possibly can. Do we do this? Fuck, Henry is so... Looking at this list, man, Henry is so fucking lucky that he touched a second belt. He's so fucking lucky that he's one of the 5 people that has touched a second belt. Fucking hell. I've done all I've done is suppress your bias. I'm not biased. I am biased, that's true. But I don't hate Alex Pereira. Oh, man. When the fuck are they boxing? 1, 2, 3, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. So that is done. That list is done. 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, and 50. This list is done. The bottom 2 tiers are done. Oh, man, this is getting hard. Yep, Crackhead TJ and Old Cruz. You were the same guy who tried to put Izzy below Whitaker. No, that is true. I am biased. Where's Rockhold? Fucking where is Rockhold? Fucking Rockhold. I don't know if I can put Rockhold on the list anymore. I might have to move Woodley up. If I put Rockhold on this list, I might have to put Woodley up. We can chuck him on there, but I'm putting him... Woodley's going up. What's up, Bad Math? How you going, dude? It has been a fucking wild 3 hours stream, man. Did you stream in between? I've been locked in on this, man. I hope you had a successful stream. Bottom tiers don't lock until you move Leon down to the bottom. Oh, Bad Math. Never try and do this. I don't know if you've ever tried to do this tier list, the top 50 tier list. It is a fucking nightmare, my friend. It is a fucking nightmare to try and get through. Luke Rockhold. Is he even on? Yeah, we could put Luke Rockhold on. But I do believe Luke Rockhold is going to go below... Yeah, he's going to be moving some people up on the list. Luke Rockhold is going to be doing a lot of people a lot of favours if we put him on this list as a Packer. I'm not going to lie. He went to a decision with Cowboy. Fucking hell, below Kane. Yeah, I was... Dude, Jake, you must have caught my fucking eyes, man. That is literally where my eyes went. That is exactly where my eyes went, dude. This is what's going to happen. because Luke Rockhold has made it onto the list. But I guess Luke Rockhold can be on the list of the best 50 fighters of all time. I guess he can be. Nah. Yeah. 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 That's better. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Yep. 1, 2, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Woo! Shit. We're cooking. We're cooking here. We're cooking. This is hard. This is the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. Alright, let me go back to my Tapology and see what I can find. And that's just straight up where Luke Rockhold belongs. Ooh, do I do it now? Do I pull this trigger now? Do I pull this trigger now? What's up, Larry CTM? How you going, man? Welcome to the first inaugural dual stream. I am streaming live on Twitch as well. We are going to watch the boxing fight when it ends up happening. But until then, we are doing the ultimate tier list. The hardest tier list that I've ever done. It is the top 50 MMA fighters of all time. This is the official GOAT tier list, Larry. So welcome to the chat. We are starting to get really deep into our tier list now, and I think it is time for me to open this can of worms. Another one that I was sort of umming and ahhing about and shitting bricks over. Do I put them on the list? I think I do. He has become the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world. This list is about to fucking shake up a lot, because this is about to happen. He has become the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world. He is the lightweight champion. He comes from a lot of legacy. Islam Makhachev. Islam Makhachev. Oh. I'm sweating. I'm sweating now. I'm not lying. I'm sweating. I'm sweating. It's freezing today, and I'm starting to get the MMA sweats. This is how seriously we're fucking taking this. This is nuts. Alright, so Mo instant calls for top 3 of all time. He's fucking up there. I'm going to tell you guys something right now. I'm sweating. I'm literally sweating. Above Volk. Never lost. Stop it. Top 10 easy. Beating Volk is an insane win. And he subbed Oliveira. And he outboxed Dustin Poirier. Do you know where Tapology have him, chat? Do you know where Tapology have him in the greatest fighters of all time? They have him at 16. They have him at 16, chat. He's 16th. Charles Oliveira has got the most subs in UFC history. Charles Oliveira is the best jiu-jitsu artist in UFC history. And Islam Makhachev got a win over him. With submissions. He's the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world in 24 when the skill level of MMA has never been higher. He outboxed Dustin Poirier. And he gets his ass beat a lot. He outboxed Dustin Poirier, and he comes from the greatest dynasty, the Dagestanis. They changed MMA. His camp, the camp that he comes from, changed MMA. Got one loss on his record. He's fucking good. He is fucking good. And to put him, the fact that Tapology put him at 16 is fucking crazy. He didn't just beat a featherweight, he beat the featherweight. Acting like Volk isn't one of the greatest is just underrating Volk. I agree. He stood with Volk on the feet, and the narrative about that fight was how well he did on the feet against Volkanovski after Alexander Volkanovski just made Max Holloway look like he has no business being in an octagon. Let me look at my list. Let me look at my list. Let me look at my list before I do something rash. Eleven, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Oof, I hate this list. I don't know yet. I don't know if I'm happy with this yet. Things are about to start getting wild. Things are about to start getting fucking wild up on this chat, okay? I don't know if I'm locked in on this yet, but things are about to start getting fucking crazy because we're going to start putting some fucking names on this list, alright? Shit's about to get fucking crazy. We have started to fill out this list a lot. Conor McGregor. Whew. Folks, you have to take into consideration the fire is burning. It's nuts in here. It's too warm. It's too warm in here. I would say that he is the best stand-up in MMA right now, as he has great striking mixed with the ability to take down takedowns from everywhere. Islam Makhachev is quite literally one of the best MMA fighters. My favorite double champ. Fuck, Islam Makhachev. Islam Makhachev, this is what's tearing me up so much. I'll tell you, chat. This is what's tearing me up so much. Islam Makhachev, let me put Conor away, because I got to keep talking about Islam. This is fucking doing my head in. This shit's doing my head in. Let me put Conor away for a second. Islam Makhachev, right? Chat. We were talking before about Ronda Rousey, right? Like, she's so one-dimensional. Right? And that sort of takes away a lot from where do you put someone when you're talking about the best MMA fighters of all time. The game has gotten to such a point. No, it's not locked. Nothing's locked, man. Shit's about to get wild up in here because we're tackling the top 10 now. We're tackling the top 20 right now, Mo. We're doing it now. So shit's about to fucking... This is perfect. 3 hours into the stream, this is perfect. Islam Makhachev might be one of the best MMA fighters of all time. Everyone, Tyrone Woodley, wrestler, fucking Robert Whittaker, kickboxing, Israel Adesanya, kickboxing. Everyone has got their thing that they're good at. But Islam Makhachev is obviously a dominant wrestler because of the Dagestan experience. But all the work that Team Habib did at Tiger Muay Thai and AKA is the result. Islam is the result of that now. We are seeing what happens when you grow up doing wrestling, but then get into MMA at 19 and start learning kickboxing and Muay Thai. Islam Makhachev might be the best, well-rounded MMA fighter literally ever. Ever. But he hasn't built his legacy yet. We're going to play with this. Okay. We'll be back, Islam. We'll be back. Islam and Jones are the only fighters that consistently beat opponents when they are at their best. When they are at their best. Yeah. Yeah. Fair. Why is Conor all the way back here now? Go, Conor. Come to the top. There we are. Thank you. Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor. Skill for skill-wise, when he was in his prime, phenomenal. Phenomenal. Won his interim belt against someone who was meant to out-wrestle him. Who did Conor McGregor... My brain is cooked. Who did Conor McGregor win his interim belt against? Please, someone remind me. I'm so fucking embarrassed right now that my brain is going dead. Oh, fucking hell. My brain. Too much thinking about Conor. Chad Mendes. Thank you. Dougie hates John Jones. It's true. Won his belt against Chad Mendes when he had a fucking torn ACL. A torn ACL. And then, of course, there is everything in the legacy talk that needs to go in legacy when it comes to, like, eyes to the sport. The fact that he was the first one to win 2 belts in the UFC, to start to actually bring that idea into the UFC. When Conor McGregor is in his prime, he's a phenomenal fucking kickboxer. The only person to ever win a round against Khabib Nurmagomedov is Conor McGregor. We're going to get to DC. He's on the list. Is Conor McGregor one of the 10 best MMA fighters of all time? No. He is not one of the 10 best MMA fighters of all time. But is he better than Alex Pereira? Is the one that Mo wants to know. Is he better than Alex Pereira? Just talking about what he has done for the sport. Just talking about what he has done for the sport. The fact that he had 2 belts at the same time, but the 2 belts at the same time was sort of fabricated. You know, it was sort of fabricated. Because that 145 belt, you know, like he went and fought Nate Diaz twice. It was a placeholder belt. Does Conor McGregor slide into the top 10? Maybe for what he's done for the sport, he is at the back of the top 10. Fuck, this is crazy. This is crazy. All right, we need to do him. We got to do him. Daniel Cormier. Influence and aura. I get that. Daniel Cormier. 2 belts. Legitimate 2 belts for Daniel Cormier. Legit 2 belts for Daniel Cormier. Tapology has him as the 7th best fighter in MMA ever. If it wasn't for John Jones's existence, he might be the best fighter of all time. Winning 2 belts. He was so good, so dominant at light heavyweight, so dominant at heavyweight, had a clean win over Stipe Miocic. I don't know if Stipe took him seriously or not, but got the clean win over Stipe Miocic. I think you've got to put him just above Conor McGregor, just behind Stipe Miocic. Yeah, he was. He was undefeated at heavyweight for a while. Chose not to be at heavyweight because of his mate. Cain Velasquez was up there. Cormier was never the best in his division. He's 1-2 against Stipe, 2-0 against Jones. Yeah, John Jones is fucking ruining Cormier's run. John Jones is there ruining Cormier's run. Who's that next to Stipe? Jose Aldo. My boy, Alexander Volkanovski. Alexander Volkanovski. How the great have fallen. Oh, how the great have fallen. Alexander Volkanovski. Insane run. Has to go above Max Holloway. Has to go above Max Holloway. Beat Jose Aldo. No, Mo, I think this could be where things start to get spicy. No, I don't think he does go below Pereira. This is where things might start to get spicy. This is where things are going to get weird. So, we want to keep Alex Pereira there because he's beat former champions. He is above Pereira. He has beaten former champions. He's beaten Jose Aldo, who is on the GOAT list, by the way, in the top 10 on the GOAT list. He has beaten Max Holloway 3 fucking times, who is on the GOAT list. He absolutely retired Son Yadong. Almost made Brian Ortega retire. Has wins in 3 weight classes, all the way up to fucking welterweight, I believe, in Eternal in Australia. Has fought in 3 weight classes. Has wins in 3 weight classes. Up until the recent run, his only loss was at welterweight, I believe. Alexander Volkanovski is one of the fucking GOATs. for sure, and definitely goes above Pereira. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Perfect. He has Elias at lightweight as well. He does. Whoo! Shit. That is... Oof. So that means if we're going to do Volk and we're going to do Islam, then we need to do the next one that has to be on the list that we haven't talked about. Someone else who I have been absolutely fucking dreading talking about. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this one next. Yep. No, Mo, you called it. You have to do Khabib. You have to do Khabib. You have to do Khabib. I had Rampage over here. I was thinking Rampage, yeah. But we got to do Khabib. Khabib is at the bottom of the top 10. Listen, man. Listen. Okay, so, Khabib. He's not his... Yeah... Oh, God. I knew it was going to come to this. I knew it was going to come to this. Okay. Let's talk about Khabib. 29-0. But the first 14 wins of that run, you have to pretty much take them and throw them in the fucking bin. They are against absolute fucking no-names in what would be considered in the West amateur fights, okay? That's just the facts. They are 2-round fights over in Europe. If you fight a 2-round fight, that is an amateur fight. So Khabib's professional MMA record is like 13-0, I believe. 13-0. Now, having said that, let's continue to hype on the bad before we get to the good. He's 13-0 in the UFC, and everyone leading up to his last 4 fights in the UFC are not very fucking good wins, except for, where are they? Rafael dos Anjos and Edson Barboza. They're his 2 best wins before his title run. Rafael dos Anjos and Edson Barboza. Now let's get into the good, okay? The good. One more, the bad. His win over Justin Gaethje has an asterisk next to it because he did not make the weight. He did not make the weight at all. He missed weight, and the UAE's commission allowed him to miss weight. So, you have got his professional record, which is technically 13-0, no good wins on his resume until he got to the title. One of those wins on his resume was being a weight bully and didn't make weight. Now, the good. 13-0 in the UFC at lightweight is fucking crazy and does deserve a lot of credit. He did inspire an entire national change-up to MMA as we know it. If Ronda Rousey is to be respected for the amount of work that she did in the UFC, Khabib has to be respected for the amount of work that he did. He put all of fucking Dagestan and wrestling and Muslim MMA on the map. He pulled out against Donald Cerrone twice. He's a pull-out merchant. There's a lot to talk about here. There's a lot. Fedor has a longer win streak than Khabib's entire career, and they were fighting pretty much the same quality of competition. Most of that was through his father, though, and his connections. To be honest, Khabib was used as the poster boy. Fair enough. Ronda Rousey was used as the poster boy, like poster girl, should I say? Like, you got to fight with the gloves that you're wearing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is, Mo. Like, I get what you're saying, but so was Ronda. Like, Ronda was a poster girl. Khabib never fucking bled inside of the octagon. That is incredible. At lightweight, I'm so pissed. How are they saying 2 more fights? Oh my god, we've been streaming for so fucking long. I literally did a whole fucking 3.5 hour podcast about the top 50 MMA fighters, and they still haven't had their fucking boxing match. What the fuck is going on? It's 1:30 in the afternoon. He never went up in weight. He never touched a second belt. He got his title shot against the ranked number 11th, Al Iaquinta. Let's talk mustard. Bro's complaining about 1:30 in the afternoon. I know, I can't believe, like, what's the time is for you? Yeah, it's 4:30 a.m. Yeah. Against a real estate agent. Against an 11th ranked real estate agent, Al Iaquinta. On 1 day's notice. So Habib's legacy is a good win of Dustin Poirier, Conor McGregor, Edson Barboza, and Rafael dos Anjos. Dustin Poirier, Conor McGregor, Edson Barboza, Rafael dos Anjos, Gaethje with an asterisk. I can find more reasons to put Khabib behind Alex than the top 10. This list is about to get fucked. He's better than Fedor. (21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28). That's going to annoy him. We got 2 more spots to go there. Ooh, but I do feel like that's a legit place to put Khabib. When everything's said and done at the end of the day, dominance does matter. It's the reason why Aljo and Izzy are somewhere low. Dominance does matter, yeah. I feel like that's sort of, at the end of the day, that's where he belongs. Woo! That justifies it. Yeah, Mo's like, I'm happy, I'm done, I've got everything that I need. Ooh, shit. Oh, don't forget about that title fight with Romero single strike rounds. I can sleep now, no worries. Khabib didn't make it into the top 10. Mo's happy. All right, let me go back to my list. Apparently, we still have 2 fights until fucking Jorge Masvidal, so we still got some time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got the top 5 GOATs. Although I do believe Alex should be higher, I don't think so. I feel like we're just going to be arguing about the placements of the top 5. So what do we got here? We got 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. I want to fill in these last 2 before we get to the top 5. Yeah, John Jones is obviously in the top 5. GSP is obviously on the top. This is what I'm saying, guys. Like, I feel like we're talking about the top 5, top 10. Like, yeah, we're talking about the top 10, right? We're talking about that. We need 2 more. He can count. We need 2 more around this section. Mid-level fighters of all time. Pantoja, where do you put him? Mighty Mouse is going in the top 10. Pantoja, I definitely don't put him in the top 10. I don't even rate Pantoja that fucking highly, to be honest. But you know who I do rate really, really fucking highly? That I'm going to put in the list, that I want to put in the list on my own? Brandon Moreno. Mighty Mouse? Yeah, Mighty Mouse is going to be in the top Switch Leon. Switch Tony. Where is... No, that fucks up the whole list. Brandon Moreno. Mighty Mouse, no doubt, lost to Dom, don't forget. The Baby Assassin, regardless, he still pushed further into greatness after. He still pushed further. Yeah. Mighty Mouse is absolutely in the top 10. But Brandon Moreno, who I do genuinely consider one of the top best MMA fighters of all time, one of the 50 top MMA fighters of all time. And I'm looking for someone to put somewhere in this 20 to 30 range. To me, off the top of my head, I can't think of anybody else more deserving of being somewhere in this mix than Brandon Moreno. He didn't get knocked out by Rong Tang. He got knocked out by the other bloke. But then he came back and beat that guy using the same technique. A fucking knee to a grounded opponent. Now, Moreno. Where am I going to put Moreno, in all honesty? Because I like him. I like him here in this section. Davidson Figueiredo. Kai Kara France. Davidson Figueiredo. Brandon Royval. Kai Kara France. Dustin Ortiz. Nice. I like Moreno. Chuck Liddell. What's up, Aussie? Chuck Liddell, where is he? He's right there. He's right there at 21, 22, 23. 23. Robbie's already there. Yep, Robbie Lawler's already there. Yep. Yeah, I like Moreno. He's got to go above Poirier. Poirier's got to go there. And he's got to go above Woodley. And he's got to go above Leon. Yeah. Yeah, man. I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah. That feels good, right? Brandon Moreno, he's got to go in there. He's got to be one of the GOATs. Rampage Jackson. Yeah, we sort of locked off the bottom of the... I mean, that means someone's going to get bumped off the bottom of the list because I want someone in here. Rampage Jackson. Poirier got finished by the Korean Zombie for real. Yeah, but it's also about, like, legacy. Treat Yourself. What's up, Treat Yourself? How you going? Most Dominant. This is just a GOAT list. We got some new people jumping in. So I've been going for fucking 3.5 hours. Let me catch everybody up to speed. This is the top 50 MMA fighters of all time. This is the GOAT list. That means legacy, like what you've done for the sport. Quality of wins as well. Dominance for how long you've been in it. How many fans did you bring to the sport? How many eyes did you bring to the sport? It is an overall list of everything that makes us love MMA and MMA fighters. So it is the top MMA fighters of all time tier list. Right now, I'm looking to fill in my last spot for the 20 to 30. And where is Volkanovski? Volkanovski is right there at 13. Volkanovski's 13. Vanderlei Silva. Did we do Vanderlei? I don't even fucking remember anymore, man. Now, who are we gonna fucking... Rampage Jackson? You feel like Rampage should be on the list? Vanderlei is easily above Tito Ortiz. Anderson Silva's going in the top 5. Anderson Silva's going in that space there, reserved for the top 5. He's going in there. Vanderlei is above Tito. Yeah, we could put Vanderlei over there. Yeah, all right, let's do that. I got him right here. I had him loaded up, ready to go. Done. Let's put Vanderlei right behind Dustin. I'm happy with that. He does deserve to be on the list. It's kind of a shame that I didn't put him on the list earlier. I just, didn't know where to put him. Where's Clay Guida? Get the fuck out of here. Clay Guida. Yeah, I had Vanderlei, he was another one of those fighters, like Fedor. I had them loaded up, ready to go, and I was just like, I know they need to be on it. It's so hard. But now that we've put the list together, all right. CM Punk, top 4. Okay, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen. It's time to lock into the top 10. We have done it. We have made our top 50 MMA fighters of all time tier list. It has been going for 3.5 hours, streaming across YouTube and Twitch. My God. It's been a hell of a fucking journey, boys. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Are we any closer? Are we any closer to Jorge Masvidal fighting Nate Diaz? Are we any fucking closer? Who should we attack first on the top lie? Can't lie, John Jones is below Makhachev for me. I hate John Jones. This top 10 will probably switch up. But now I'm so happy that we've locked in everyone below the top 10, or at least had them nicely filled out. Yeah. Come on, Doug. Stop fucking around. You want to do the top 5? Let's do it. Top 5, top 10, let's do it. Where do we put him? Where do we put him? Where do we start? Anderson Silva. Let's start with Anderson Silva. Where's my Anderson Silva photo? You think I made a top 50 tier list and I didn't get an Anderson Silva photo? Obviously, I got an Anderson Silva photo. Anderson Silva. Why the fuck is there no UFC today? I know, they're hating us. You got to talk to Dana more. Anderson Silva. Ugh. Where do you put him? But you can tell they're running out of scraps. Now, as we've talked about with Tony Ferguson, the way that you have defended yourself on the GOAT list does sort of affect... Excuse me. Does sort of affect how you are perceived for the rest of time. Anderson Silva, purely by being recognized as one of the top 10 greatest fighters of all time, he did fight DC at light heavyweight, UFC 200. Does give him a lot of respect, but he did have just an insane and unbelievable fall off. However, while he was at his prime doing what he did, it was kind of fucking unbelievable. And he showed everyone that MMA is a fucking sport of picking your shot and thinking, not just fucking Frank Mir getting in there and swinging absolute haymakers like a spaz. Anderson Silva brought a level of MMA that was fucking unbelievable. So, he deserves to be in the top 10. Absolutely. I do believe when you start to look at legacy as well, it does have an impact. And because of that, I'm dropping Anderson Silva right here next to Islam Makhachev in the top 10 best MMA fighters of all time. This is how I'm going to build the list out. Yeah. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Who am I going to be putting out as the 4th best MMA fighter of all time? John Jones. John Jones, I'm going to be putting as the 4th best MMA fighter of all time. A lot of people hate John Jones. He is a fucking roid abuser. He cheated his way to where he is on the GOAT list, but he does need to be on the GOAT list. Like with everyone down here, when we were talking about steroids earlier in the stream, Brock Lesnar, you got to talk about that. He goes behind Aldo. Most eye pokes in history. When you talk about drug cheating in MMA, you have to talk about John Jones. And there's a few arguments that people have for drug cheating in MMA. And one of them is John Jones was cheating when everybody else was cheating, which I can understand in some of these earlier eras when we're talking about, Tito Ortiz and Chuck Liddell. But John Jones did start to grow into that era of let's bring USADA into the sport. And whereas everyone else, like Vitor Belfort, chose to stop cheating, and you could dramatically see that in their body, John Jones kept cheating. And by the time he did go to fight Daniel Cormier, he had the testosterone levels of a 16-year-old girl, which means he must have been replacing his testosterone with something else. So, because of all the cheating, he loses a bit of spit shine, but he has remained winning. He has remained winning. You can't put him behind Aldo. He's remained winning. He's remained at the top. He goes behind Makachev. Makachev hasn't done enough legacy yet. Aldo has been losing. He can't. He just can't. He can't go behind Aldo. He can't go behind Aldo. He can't. He's been winning. He won the light heavyweight belt and he won the heavyweight belt. It's fucking crazy. He's going to defeat the best heavyweight of all time in Stipe Miocic. Unfortunately for Aldo, he's been losing. You know? It is what it is. Like, I'm sorry. He can't. He can't go behind Aldo. He just can't. He can't go behind Silva. Same reason. He's been winning. He's been around for so many years. I know you hate John. I hate him too, but I'm trying to be objective here. He can't go behind Silva. He can't. This is where John Jones. If you're gonna do this, you got to put John Jones here. 2 belts, years, youngest UFC champion ever, the GOAT, the GOAT of eye pokes, one of the GOATs of the sport. He is one of the GOATs of the sport. That's where he goes. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Hi, where is Artem Lobov? Hey, you die. How you going, man? How you going? How are you, die? You being good? Where's Artem Lobov? The real goat, Artem Lobov. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Oh, shit. Amanda Nunes kept her spot on the list. What do you know? Holy fucking shit. That's actually crazy. Wild. I'm good. You just woke up? Nice, man. Nice, man. Who is the second best fighter of all time? Who is the second best fighter of all time? And that means who do I think is the best fighter of all time? Let's put it like this, right? Well, then I fucked it up because we need one more then. We need one more down here. We fucked it up. We need one more. Because I'm not done yet. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Ooh, we need one more. You got more to put in the top 10? Put Amanda back. Who else could you put in the top 10 right now? Yeah, I know. Demetrius Johnson and GSP. I know. They're going in the top 2. They're going in spot 1 and 2. Put Anthony Pettis above Cowboy. Holy shit, have I not got Anthony Pettis on the list? Bro, please just count if Amanda goes back. I'll tell you what. We could put... just count if Amanda goes back and leaves 2 for the top 10. He's a serial box champion. He is a serial box champion. Hang on. All right, let's put Amanda back here. All right. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 9. Amanda goes in the top 10. Amanda goes in the top 10. Switch Leon with Holm. Yeah, and there's 2 more left to go in the top 10. There's only 2 more names left to go in the top 10. Mo, there is only 2 names left to go in the top 10. 1, 2. There's 2 names left. John Jones is third. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 2 more to go in the top 10. Only 2 left. Which means... Oh, Gracie's down here. There's the little eyes down the bottom. So, we got to get Anthony Pettis in there. And Anthony Pettis is definitely in the top 20 somewhere. We'll figure it out. Anthony Pettis. I can't believe I fucking forgot about Anthony Showtime Pettis. It's just rude. That's just rude, Doug. Royce Gracie. He's there. He's there. It was rude. It is rude. It's just rude. Yoyana Jędrzejczyk, she doesn't belong. We got 3 women in there. Good on him. Yoyana could probably replace Holly Holm, to be honest. Okay. Anthony Pettis. Goes in there somewhere. Yeah. Anthony Pettis goes there. Hey, look, Leon Edwards moved down a spot, not the AM bro, just by default. There we go. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Now everything is right. Now, the best fighter of all time. Now we can do this properly. Now, the best fighter of all time. I know myself who it is, but I'm going to get a chance. Who do you guys think should claim the best spot as the best fighter of all time? Is it GSP or is it Mighty Mouse? I know who I think it should be, and the next person that I'm going to drop onto the list, I'm going to have as the best fighter of all time. My God, I can't believe I nearly did this list and forgot about Anthony Pettis. And you know what? Yeah, boys. That's the way to do it. Like that. Like that. Darren Till? No Forrest Griffin or Rampage or Rashad Evans? I know. You can't get them all on there. And you have to make room for Tony Ferguson and Holly Holm. It's not an easy list to do, mate. It's not an easy list to do at all. It's a hard list to tackle. I don't envy them. I don't envy the person who wants to try and do this list. Good luck to the next person that wants to try and do the top... Am I the only Mighty Mouse supporter? There's 5 people in there. How many people have voted? 7 people have votes for 5 people in the live stream. That is actually crazy. The live chat thinks that GSP is the best fighter of all time. Where's Alexa Grasso's feet? Yog, well done, mate. Well done on making it just in time. The entire live chat, more people that are in here right now watching this, voted. I see 7 live viewers. Nice. 7 live viewers, 5 live votes. Nice. Thinks that GSP is the best fighter of all time. And unfortunately, guys, you are wrong. The best MMA fighter of all time is Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson. Come on, get onto the screen, DJ. It's your screen, mate. I am dead. He is not. No, he is. The best MMA fighter of all time is Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson. Absolutely dominant. So what, voting means nothing on this chat? Yeah, essentially, not the AM. I mean, I like to let you guys hear your voices, but it's my chat. It's my show. Also, I think I'm going to bed. That's fair, man. This is a scandal. He wasn't popular enough. I found out there's like 3 more fights. Oh my God. I've been here 4 hours for this shit. Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson, still active in MMA, tried his skills out in multiple organizations, just beat someone in grappling who is 160. What's the criteria being judged? Just the GOATs of MMA. All of MMA. Longevity. Mate, it's fucking 4:47 for me. Yeah, dude, that's a ridiculous time. That's a ridiculous time to watch Nate Diaz and Masvidal spar each other. So then we might as well just push Alvarez up there. Well, the thing is, it's the quality of wins as well. You know, like Mighty Mouse competed one round in Muay Thai with Rodtang when Rodtang was still at his peak. Mighty Mouse is rolling BJJ with fucking 260-pound guys. Mighty Mouse is a dominant champion in the UFC, a dominant champion over at One Championships. Mighty Mouse continues to put himself... What about Pitbull then? Yeah, Pitbull should have gone on the list. That's true. Too bad. Pitbull should have gone on the list. That is true. Mighty Mouse is the best MMA. He's the GOAT. Mighty Mouse is the absolute GOAT of the sport. Obviously bringing in Georges St-Pierre as the second best MMA fighter of all time. Clean athlete, 2 belts, been winning. There you go. That's the top 50. That is the 50 best MMA fighters of all time tier list. I've never even heard of Mighty Mouse. Is he in the UFC? Fuck off. There you go. And it looks like the boxing is going to be several hours away. So, yeah, most people haven't. Yeah, that's true. Looks like the boxing is going to be several hours away. So, I am going to wrap up the stream. Fuck them. If they end up doing their boxing fight, I might go live later. I might just be chilling out and playing UFC 5. But quite frankly, a 3.5 hour stream, a 4-hour stream waiting for Nate Diaz and George Masvidal to touch each other up in a sparring match is ridiculous. But there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is the top 5. Let me do this. That is the top 50 best MMA fighters of all time tier list. If I do end up going live to watch Jorge Masvidal have a sparring match with Nate Diaz, I will put it out on my socials. I will put it on my Twitter. I will put it on my Discord. And you can hit the notification bell to get notified if I do go live this afternoon to watch it. But I'm going to go and get something to eat. I'm going to go chill. Anthony Pettis is fighting next. Oh, sick. I might actually hang around and watch that. Shit. Fuck. Am I going to hang around and watch that? Can you let me know? Yeah, I am going to watch Anthony Pettis. Fuck. I'm going to watch it. I'm so hungry. I'm going to go get some food, and then I'm going to come back and watch Anthony Pettis. Yeah, is Anthony Pettis fighting it? Yeah, I do want to watch that. Okay. All right. Fuck. Thank you, Anakin. Oh, Anakin, how are you, man? Also, what's good? How are you, dude? How are you? This is my top 50 GOAT list, by the way. That's what I've spent the last 4 hours doing. All right, chat, I'm going to leave it up to you. You do whatever the fuck you want. I'm going to step away from this live screen for a second. No, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to go have lunch, get some food. If you want to watch the main event with me, I might go live for the main event again. There will be notifications on YouTube. There will be a notification on my... Yeah, the lights are out. That's the end of the show. There will be a notification on my Twitter, or there will be a notification on my Discord. So if you want to go live and watch Nate Diaz versus Jorge Masvidal with me, feel free to jump on and say hi. Otherwise, I'm going to go have some lunch, watch Anthony Pettis in boxing just by myself quietly so I can rest my throat. And until then, I will see you guys next time. That is the top 50 best MMA fighters of all time stream. I hope you enjoyed it for this Sunday so we could have some content when there's no UFC. You guys have yourselves a fucking good night, a good day. Maybe I'll see you later in the afternoon. Maybe I'll see you in tomorrow's videos. See you guys later. Thank you so much for jumping in and joining me today, man. It was good fun. It was good fun. See you, boys.